Fishing? Jed, there's a fair going on out yonder. Biggest crowd you ever seen. People from everywhere. All kinds of excitement. Music playing. Kids are yelling. Dogs are barking. Balloons are popping. All Ned's busting loose out there, and you want to go fishing. Yep. I don't blame you. Where are you going?
I ain't decided yet. Jim Owens says they're taking some mighty big trout out of Lake Taneycomo. But Harold Ensley says the bass is biting on Table Rock.
Well, Table Rock's a heap closer. Must be a good 12 miles down Taneycomo.
He's about ready to commence the cake-baking contest. And that cake that Ellie Mae baked is right up in front.
Taneycomo it is, Shorty.
What's he talking about?
I think he wants to get as far away as he can.
Get Clampett, you get into your good duds and get over there and buy that cake that Ellie Mae baked.
I don't want that thing.
That ain't the idea. You gotta buy it before some other man buys it.
I don't think there's a man in this town can lift it.
Rolls real good. That's how Ellie got it over there.
Yes, do as I tell you.
Well, why don't you buy Ellie's cake?
The cake-baking contest is for girls and the bidding is done by the fellas.
Well, Granny, it's going to look mighty suspicious for Ellie's own pa to be buying her cake.
That's why I want you to get all dressed up. Nobody will recognize you.
Too bad Jethro ain't here. He could not only buy it, he's probably the only living human that could lift it and eat it. Maybe Mr. Drysdale will come. If a dignified city fellow like him would buy Ellie's cake, that'd really cut some ice.
Mr. Drysdale ain't coming here. He's got his hands full feeding Ellie's critters.
Chief, where have you been?
Feeding that stupid seal that Ellie keeps in the pool.
Don't sit down. You forgot to feed the goat.
I haven't forgotten. I cooked a whole pot of goat stew. It's cooling in the kitchen.
What in the world do you put in goat stew?
Everything the other critters won't eat. Fish heads, banana skins, rotten apples, bones, moldy bread, curdled milk, rancid meat scraps. You name it, it's in there.
Sounds repulsive.
Well, you smell it.
Oh, greetings, Jethro.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
What happened to the goat stew?
I ate it.
You ate it?
Yep. Mr. Drysdale, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but your cooking is pitiful. But that goat stew didn't even taste like goat.
Jethro.
You could have cooked a pot of garbage and taste as good as that. You know something? This letter from Uncle Jed has got me a mind to go back to Silver Dollar City and join him, Granny, and Ellie.
But Jethro, don't...
They is eating high on the hog, and I'm eating low on the goat. Please, Miss Jane, get me on a plane to Silver Dollar City quick as you can. Uncle Jed said he's having a fair, and that means pretty girls, a cotton candy, and balloons.
What now, Chief? I can't very well refuse him.
You go with him. Keep an eye on the Clampetts. Don't let them out of your sight. And above all, don't let Ellie Mae get serious about a fella.
Boy, Miss Jane, them folks back in the hills ain't gonna recognize me the way I changed.
Really?
Yeah. When I left there, I was just a big, dumb old hick.
No.
Hard to believe, huh?
It fairly boggles the mind.
Have them little old country gals eating out of the palm of my hand. They ain't never heard the kind of racist stories that's told in Hollywood.
Probably not.
Sure wish I knowed one.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you with racy stories, but I do know a rather amusing riddle.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's not my sister, it's not my brother, yet it's a child of my father and mother. Who is it?
I give up.
It's me! Oh, boy, that's a beauty!
Hey, miss, would you like to hear a dandy riddle?
Why, yes.
It's not my sister, it's not my brother, yet it's a child of my father and mother. Who is it?
I give up.
It's Miss Jane here!
She didn't laugh too hard. You reckon she's heard it before?
Not the way you told it, no.
Here we are, Miss Jane. Silver Dollar City Hotel.
What a picturesque little hostelry. Typical country inn.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Stevens.
Yes, wonderful ride. What a quaint little place. Absolutely charming. Oh,
Jethro, Miss Jane.
Howdy, Uncle Jed. We're here, Mr. Clampett.
Why did you tell me you was coming?
I sent you a telegram some time ago.
Oh, I never got it.
I thought there was a fair going on here. Where's all the people?
I'm afraid it's all over at the cake baking contest.
But why are you afraid?
Well, because Ellie Mae has got a cake entered.
That is an excellent reason.
On my way over to see if I could buy it and get it out of the contest before...
Telegram for Mr. Clampett. Telegram for Mr. Clampett.
Must be your telegram now, Miss Jane.
Telegram for Mr. Clampett. Telegram for Mr. Clampett.
That's me. Are you hurt?
No, I always get off my bike that way. It ain't got no brakes.
Miss Jane, I'm going to tell that riddle to Uncle Jed.
All right, Jethro, but this time, when you get to the finish, remember, the answer is you.
I got it. Hey, Uncle Jed, got a doozy of a riddle for you. It ain't my sister, it ain't my brother, yet it's the child of my father and mother. Who is it?
I give up.
It's you! He didn't laugh either, Miss Jane.
I guess you're just too sophisticated for them, Jethro.
Reckon so.
And there's the mill.
Yep. That's where the folks brings their corn and such to be ground into meal. Would you like to see the inside?
Oh, I'd love to. That millstone must weigh a ton.
Yes, ma'am, and they's mighty hard to come by, right, Ed?
That's the truth.
Well, howdy, and welcome back, Miss Hathaway. You been out sightseeing?
Yes, Mr. Kellums, and I am absolutely in love with your quaint little community.
Well, thank you, ma'am, and we're mighty proud to have a fine big city lady like yourself visit us.
Thank you. And now I am going to don my bird-watching outfit and venture into the neighboring forest. Now, may I have my key, please?
What key's that?
Well, the key to the room I'm occupying.
I'm afraid there ain't no key,
Well, why not?
'cause there ain't no lock.
Mr. Kellums, am I to understand that some local lock and bar would be free to enter my room whenever he wished?
Now that you mention it, yeah, I reckon he would.
Oh, I just love this quaint little community.
Oh, howdy, Miss Jane. You want to have some victuals with me?
Oh, thank you, Granny, but I'm going to change, and then I'm off to the forest in search of my feathered friends.
You know some Indians in these parts?
No, Granny, I'm referring to my winged friends, the birds.
Oh, yeah. Well, the woods around here is full of them, all colors and sizes.
I'm looking forward to a thrilling ornithological adventure.
Shorty, have you ever known a person that used as many big words as her?
Just one. Don Richardson. He come in here the other day and throwed some words at me that'd weigh out better than 5 pounds apiece.
What was they, Shorty?
Well, he's talking about this law case, and he said something or other was incompatible overt offense.
Them is heavy rascals.
Hey, Granny. Sure is good to be eating your victuals again.
Jethro will know what them big words means. He's been plumb through the 6th grade.
What words is that?
Incompatible overt offense.
Ah, that's easy. All you got to do is break them words down to their root meanings. Incompatible overt offense.
What does it mean?
Means you come in and pat a bull, and you better get over the fence.
What did I tell you, Shorty?
He's a great one.
Jed, did you get by the cake booth?
Yep.
Did you snatch Ellie's cake out of the contest?
Too late. The bidding had done commenced.
Oh, Jed, Ellie'll never get a husband when word gets around about her cake baking.
Granny, there was nothing I could do.
Well, why didn't you grab an axe and chop it up?
Might have been a dead giveaway, besides ruining a good act.
I'm going to lose my bet with Elverna. Her daughter will get married ahead of Ellie Mae, and she'll get to kick me up Dewey Bald.
Well, now, don't start howling till the moon comes up.
And poor little old Ellie. She'll be old maid.
You'll feel better about Ellie when you see what's coming down them stairs.
Jethro, dear boy, would you care to reconnoiter the woods with me in search of the elusive purple martin?
No, thanks, Miss Jane. I got me some eating to catch up on. And after that, I got me some romancing to catch up on.
Excuse me, Miss Hathaway. You aim to go into the woods like that?
Indeed I do.
You aim to carry a gun?
Never.
Rabbit's foot?
No.
Four-leaf clover?
Mr. Crumbs, the creatures of the forest do not frighten me.
Maybe not, but she's sure going to scare the tar out of them.
I shall wend my way through the forest to the shores of Table Rock Lake, and there I hope to find a family of herons.
Well, give 'em our best.
Is that the Luke heron?
Oh, no. The heron I'm looking for stands in the water on his long, skinny legs and gobbles up crawdads and frogs in his enormous mouth.
Well, if that ain't Luke Heron, it's his twin brother.
Thanks for the ham, Granny. See y'all later. So long.
Oh, wait a minute, Jethro. I need your help, honey boy.
What's the matter, Granny?
Well, I made a bet with Elverna Bradshaw. And if her daughter Big Mouth gets married ahead of Ellie, Elverna's going to get to kick me clear to the top of Dewey Bald.
Why, that's right on the main road where everybody can see it.
That's right. And Elverna will make sure that everybody knows. There'll be hundreds of people there watching, maybe thousands.
What? Just like a sideshow. A circus, a regular carnival.
Oh, bless you, Jethro. You're a sweet, sensitive, darling boy. I know you love your old granny, and you're going to do something about it, ain't you?
You bet I am. I'm going right over and talk to Paul Davis.
Candy maker? But he's married already.
I know that. I'm going to ask him if I can have the popcorn concession.
Why, you buzzard-hearted boob!
Guess what, Granny? My cake fetched the highest price of all.
What?
Yeah, Egg Bozeman paid $40 for it.
Did I hear right? Somebody bought Ellie's cake?
At Bozeman.
Wants me to bake him another one, just like it.
I can't believe it. If anybody knows good cake, it's Eck Bozeman.
Been a miller all his life.
It was the frosting that fooled him. Ellie did have it decorated awful pretty.
Well, let's quick go buy it back from him before he tries to cut into it.
Good idea. Let's go. How about it, Eck?
Nothing doing.
I'll give you twice what you paid for it.
Sorry, but it ain't for sale.
Oh, please, Eck, where is Ellie's cake?
Right over there.
You're using it for a millstone?
The best I've ever had. Turn it on, Herb.
Look at that rascal chew up corn.
But, Jed, this ain't getting Ellie married.
Maybe not, but we could always open up a mill.
The perfect man for Ellie Mae! A Hercules, a Paul Bunyan!
We waited too long to fetch Ellie Mae back to the hills to get a husband. All the good boys is took.
Now, Granny, there's still some fish left in the creek.
Name me one.
Granny! Mr. Clampett!
Miss Jane is running like the devil himself is after.
I was worried about her going in the woods dressed like that. Like as not, somebody mistook her for a revenuer.
Oh, everybody knows there ain't no girl revenuers.
Yeah, but not everybody knows she's a girl.
What's the matter, Miss Hathaway?
I think I found a man for Ellie Mae!
Where's Alex?
In the forest, he was chopping a tree.
Maybe a bear chased her.
Or a mountain lion.
In the woods! I saw him just right for Ellie. An Adonis, a Hercules, and Apollo.
Oh, please, Miss Jane, she's got enough critters now.
You don't understand. He was cutting down a tree near the lake.
You don't need another beaver.
I am talking about a man.
That she needs.
What a man! A veritable Greek god.
Greek. You mean Don Richards?
No, his name is Matthew Templeton. Oh, I tell you, he could have stepped from the pages of A Shepherd of the Hills. Young Matt, reincarnated, a blonde giant.
Where is he? Where is he?
He's on his way. I invited here to meet Ellie and the rest of you.
Did you tell him that Ellie was looking for a husband?
I put it a bit more subtly. I told him I knew of a divinely beautiful young lady who had come back to the hills to find the right young man and get married.
And that didn't scare him off?
Oh, good prayer. He seemed most interested. He agreed to come to town as soon as... There he is.
Is that him with the axe across his shoulder?
Yes.
That dog is Miss Jane. He's everything he said he was.
Let's run downstairs and grab him. I mean, meet him.
Hello? Anybody around?
Yeah,
Where?
right here.
Oh, howdy. I'm looking for someone I met in the woods.
Mr. Templeton, so good of you to come. Granny, Mr. Clampett, allow me to present Mr. Matthew Templeton.
Howdy do, Mr. Templeton.
Howdy, ma'am.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, young fella.
My pleasure, sir.
This here is Shorty Kellums. He runs the hotel.
Mr. Kellums?
Howdy. I don't recollect seeing you around Silver Dollar City before.
No, this is my first visit to town.
Spend most of the time in the woods, do you?
Yes, ma'am. Just about every day but Sunday.
I reckon you don't see many pretty girls in the woods.
No, indeed.
Speaking of pretty girls, here comes Ellie Mae.
Hey, look! I didn't finish baking my second cake.
Look, Ellie, let's get this back in the kitchen.
What's her?
I don't think it's quite ready yet.
But Mr. Bogan said he didn't want no frosting on this one.
Let's talk about that in the kitchen.
Did she say that big thing she was rolling there was a cake?
Cake of granite. Yeah. She uses it to cook on.
It sounded like she said she was done baking.
Oh, she's done bacon and eggs and pancakes.
On that big slab of granite?
Well, it's the old-fashioned way. It gives things extra flavor.
She's a good cook, huh?
There ain't nobody can touch that girl's food.
Ellie, I'd like you to meet Mr. Matthew Templeton. This here's my daughter, Ellie Mae.
Well, howdy there. Real pleased to meet you.
Pleasure's mine, Miss Clampett.
Is she everything I said?
Why, she's even more beautiful than you described her.
Well, I reckon you two would like to talk and get acquainted.
I think that's a very good idea.
Well, you can sit on the porch upstairs.
If it's all right with Miss Clampett, I'd kind of like to stroll around and see the sights. See, I've never been here before.
Well, I'd be right pleased to show you around.
Well, thank you. I'd enjoy that.
I wouldn't go inside the mill, Ellie.
Why not, Pa?
Well, you wouldn't like to get meal dust over your pretty dress.
Oh, well, now you two just take your time and have a nice visit. Will you join us for victuals when you get back?
Well, thank you. I'm afraid I'm not dressed much like company.
Oh, he looks just fine, don't he, Ellie?
Yes, ma'am. He sure does.
Bless you.
Let's start over there.
Fine with me.
Oh, Miss Jane, we'll be beholden to you forever and ever. You found the perfect husband for Ellie Mae.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, he's wonderful. Big, strong, handsome, hard-working hill man.
But apparently quite cerebral.
Oh, well, you can't have everything.
You know something? Anybody that helps one of these rascals 6 days a week is all man.
I'll bet he could even whoop Jethro.
More important, he might be able to whoop Ellie.
Well, I'm off to the forest again. I'm hoping to find myself a yellow-tufted, broad-backed, wood-dwelling pippin.
I don't believe I've ever seen one of them pippins.
One just walked out with Ellie.
Boys, black belt. Bad news for the bad guys. Walker, Texas Ranger. Weeknights at 6 on the Hallmark Channel.
What's my code name?
Dream Bell.
Leading a double life, she was hired to get inside.
Got a new development in our puzzle. An inside man.
But getting too close to the truth could be murder. Jane Doe, Vanishing Act. Premieres Friday night at 9 on the Hallmark Channel.
I'll come back now. Cheers.
This has been a film.
Shorty, has Ellie Mae and that Templeton boy come back yet?
No, Mom, she's still showing him around the fair.
Oh, Shorty, them two was meant for each other. It's a marriage made in heaven. We'll hold the wedding in the little wilderness church down there.
Oh, Granny. Ellie Mae and that young woodchopper just met. How can you be sure they's going to get married?
A voice came in the night, calling loud and clear. Matthew Templeton is going to marry Ellie Mae Clampett. Jed heard it, too.
Jonah?
Yeah. He pounded on the wall and told me to shut up.
Granny, if wishing will make it so, you'll have them two on their honeymoon before you...
Shorty, what if she takes him inside the mill?
What of it?
That cake that Ellie baked. They're using it for a millstone.
No.
Yeah. Eck Bozeman is grinding corn with it. Jed and me tried to buy it back, but he wouldn't sell.
The fellow that runs that mill bought my cake at the cake baking contest.
Really? I'd like to see it.
Well, come on, let's go in.
Come to think of it, I'm sure that cake's been eaten by now.
Yeah. Reckon you're right.
Granny says that fellow makes the finest brooms in D.C. or Hill.
I've heard that the best wedding present for a new bride is a new broom.
Granny says that, too.
Ain't back yet, Shorty?
Not yet, Granny.
Oh, good. That young woodchopper's in for a treat. I got a brace of possums in the oven. I got hog jowls and turnip greens. I got grits and squirrel gravy. I got corn pone and chitlins, hush puppies, and my special huckleberry pie.
Here he comes, Ellie Mae.
Oh. Did you have a nice walk?
Yes, Granny.
I bet you worked up a good appetite.
I could eat a bear.
Would you settle for some baked possum?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, now you hurry to the kitchen, Ellie, and get busy. And while you're at it, you fix some hog jowls and some turnip greens, and some grits and squirrel gravy, and some corn pone and chitlins, and some hush puppies.
Yes, right away.
And don't forget your special huckleberry pie.
That's going to be an awful lot of work.
Not for her.
That's the best huckleberry pie I've ever tasted.
Thank you. For Ellie, she don't like to take credit for nothing.
Oh, gee whiz, Granny, I'd
Ellie, clear the dishes, sweetheart, and leave the kitchen spick and span as always.
Yes, Granny.
What a housekeeper.
What a cook.
Oh, that was just a snack. Why, she would have fixed more except for all them babies she has to look after.
Babies?
Oh, not hers. You see, Ellie is so good with young'uns that all the mamas in town who want to go and see the fair leave all their babies with Ellie.
I see.
Why, she can take care of a dozen babies and make clothes for them at the same time. She loves it so, especially the beautiful material that she weaves herself.
What a remarkable girl. She cooks, sews, keeps house, takes care of babies. The fellow that gets her is going to be a mighty lucky man.
Speaking of that, Mr. Templeton.
Call me Matthew.
Speaking of that, Matthew, I'm going to cut right through the rind and get to the milk. Would you be interested in marrying Ellie Mae?
Indeed, I would. You know, Miss Hathaway told me that Ellie came back here to look for a husband.
And she found him.
Well, I'd be proud and honored to be the man who marries her.
Long distance all the way from California, Mr. Drysdale.
Glad you called, Mr. Drysdale. Send Jed's money right away. Ellie's getting married and she needs a dowry.
Ellie's getting married. I sent Miss Hathaway back to to take care of that.
Oh, she did. She's the one that found the feller that Ellie's gonna marry.
Ah!
That secretary of yours is a real go-getter. In fact, Miss Jane done so good for Ellie, she's out in the woods now trying to find a man for herself.
I'll get her, I'll kill her, I'll strangle her. Listen, Granny, I'll be on the next plane.
Well, we'd love to have you come for Ellie's wedding, Mr. Drysdale, and you can bring Jed's $85 million with you. But who's going to take care of the critters?
Well, don't worry, I'll see that the critters are taken care of. Yes. Bye. Give me the number of the zoo. I fed those rotten, spoiled animals for the last time. Hello, Fairchild. No, I wasn't talking about you, you sweet, wonderful dear. Well, I love you, too. Would you like some din-din?
That's a beautiful little church.
Dandy place for the wedding, don't you think?
Perfect. Very inspiring.
Hey, Alberta!
What is it, Granny? I'm very busy with details of the wedding. I suppose you've heard that my daughter's getting married, haven't you, Jethro?
Oh, Alberta, this ain't Jethro. This is Matthew Templeton.
I thought Jethro had changed.
Matthew, this is Alverna Bradshaw.
How do you do?
Hello?
He's the man that's going to marry Ellie Mae.
What? Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
We've just come from the church where the ceremony's going to be.
Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
A day or so before your daughter's wedding.
Is that true?
Sooner the better.
What's the matter, Alverna? You look a mite green.
No, I'll be all right.
I don't believe I've met your future son-in-law. What does he look like?
Robert Holloway, he very much resembles Mr. Templeton here, except he's taller and broader through the shoulders. Oh, he and Victoria Rose make such a handsome couple. In fact...
Granny, you! Look what I found in the forest! He's no Adonis, but finders keepers.
Let go of him! Robert Holloway, what happened to your glasses?
This lady was pulling me through the woods, and I ran into a tree.
Oh, you schnook!
Is that you, Victoria Rose?
Oh,
sweetheart?
No, it's your future mother-in-law.
Oh, Mother Bradshaw, of course it's you. I didn't see you.
Oh, get into the bucket, you nitwit. Oh, of all the humiliating experiences. I'll be the laughingstock of the entire community.
Why, Mother Bradshaw?
Oh, shut up.
Thank you, Mother Bradshaw. To you, too.
Get out there.
Oh, dear. Mrs. Bradshaw's in an absolute rage.
Yeah. You know, I think maybe this is the happiest day of my life. That's it, Jed. Now fetch the bride over to the groom and put her hand in his. And then the preacher says, who's going to give this woman to be wed to this man?
And I say I do. Doggone, I wish I was really the groom instead of just standing in for him.
Oh, get back on the box, Shorty. We're going to rehearse the wedding again.
Wait, Granny, is this all the best man does? Just stand here like a dummy?
Yeah, and you do it real good.
Well, I gotta get over to Bug Tussle and meet a girl.
Who is she, boy?
Now that can all wait. We're going to run through the wedding again.
Granny, I told Harold Ensley I was going fishing with him this morning.
Now, what's more important? Hooking a fish or a husband for Ellie?
He done got him hooked.
Here he comes now, heading this way.
upstairs and change, Ellie. It's bad luck for the groom to see the bride in her wedding dress before the ceremony.
Yes, Granny.
And put on something pretty, darling. And dab a little vanilla extract behind your ear. There's nothing that tantalizes a man like a whiff of that.
Howdy, everybody.
Howdy.
Bye.
Been chopping wood, Matthew?
Yes, ma'am. Split 50 rails this morning. Hope to do as many more before nightfall.
Well, now, don't work too hard, son.
Hard work never hurt anyone, Granny. The good book says, if any would not work, neither should he eat.
Well spoke, young fella.
What is there that is illustrious that is not also attended by labor?
Cicero.
Correct.
Ain't he something, Miss Jane?
Oh, he is indeed. Tell me, Mr. Templeton, are there any more at home like you?
Well,
Oh, yes, Miss Jane. Matthew tells me he's got a big family to home.
You know, young fella, we'd be pleasure to meet your family.
oh, the pleasure would be mine, Mr. Clampett. Take a while, though. We live a few miles beyond Possum Ridge.
We could go over to your place. It'd be handier for you.
Oh, my family will love coming here. We don't get to town very often.
Well, fetch him over.
We can probably make it by mid-afternoon.
Fine and dandy. That ought to be about 4 bass and a couple of perch from now. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll be putting on my fishing duds.
Me too.
You want to wet a line with us, Miss Jane?
Oh, no. I plan to don my bird-watching outfit and do my fishing in the forest where I first saw Matthew here.
Oh, well, good luck.
Thank you. This shall be my lure.
You know, with bait like that, she could go a week without a nibble.
Hi there, Matthew.
Ellie Mae, you look beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Matthew is fetching over his whole family to meet us.
I'm going to try to catch enough fish so they can all stay to victuals.
That's wonderful. They love fish.
And nobody cooks them like Ellie.
Me, Granny?
She's a modest little young'un.
You cook 'em rolled in cornmeal?
Well, no, I just wore an apron.
Nobody jokes like her, neither. If you like cooking and joking, she's your girl. Maybe Matthew would like some of that cold lemonade that's in the icebox.
That does sound good.
Oh, well, I'll fetch it right in.
That girl is so sweet that when she squeezes lemons, you don't need sugar.
Sure, he's going to make a pretty bride, Mr. Templeton.
She is for a fact.
Oh, what a handsome groom.
Thank you, Mother Bradshaw.
Not you. I'm talking about the man Ellie Mae Clampett's going to marry.
Well, he's tall and husky and handsome. But other than that, he doesn't look like much.
Go wait in the buggy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hello, Granny.
Hello, loser. You've met Matthew Templeton, the man that's going to marry Ellie Mae.
Yes, hello.
How do you do, Mrs. Bradshaw? It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you. And I guess you both know him.
Oh, yes, your future son-in-law. Shake hands with Mr. Templeton, Mr. Howe.
Nice to see you, Mr. Holloway.
Thank you. Nice to see you, too.
Quite a difference between them two, ain't they, Alverna?
Robert is small, but wiry. Wait in the buggy, Robert, dear.
Yes, Mother Bradshaw.
You must have forgot to wire him this morning.
Thank you, Mother Bradshaw. Now I know where Victoria Rose gets her strength.
Nice to see you, folks. I'll be back this afternoon, Granny.
See you later, son. He's fetching over his family to meet us. We're going to discuss the wedding that takes place the night before your daughter's.
Granny, dear, about our bet, you know I'm one of your oldest friends.
Oh, that's true, Alverna. They's friends I've had longer. but you're the oldest.
How cute. But speaking about our silly little bet, it was all in fun, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know about you, Alverna, but I'm going to have lots of fun kicking you up that mountain.
Howdy, Alverna. Hey, would you like to come over and join us for a fish supper?
No, she wouldn't. She's going to be eating crow.
Oh, is that your future son-in-law in the buggy yonder?
Yes, that's him.
You reckon he'd like to go fishing?
No, he doesn't fish.
Take him along with you anyway, Jed. You can use him for bait.
Before I leave here, I want to hear you say something nice and pleasant to Alverna.
All right, Jed. Alverna, may good luck follow you all the days of your life. And never catch up with you.
Anybody here?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Anybody else?
Yes, sir. You're here.
What about the Clampetts? They're supposed to be at this hotel.
Yes, sir, they are.
Well, then they're here.
No, sir, they ain't. Jed's fishing, Jethro's girl watching, and Granny's took Ellie Mae over to have her wedding dress fitted.
Wedding dress? You mean she's really getting married?
Well, in these parts, a girl don't buy a wedding dress to trap muskrat.
Never mind the country humor. I am Milburn Drysdale, and I would like to...
You're that banker fella from Beverly Hills.
That's right, and I would like...
Clampett's talk a heap about you.
Well, fine. Now, I would like...
I hope you fetched along their $85 million. Granny's anxious to get that in the bank of bug tussle for Ellie's dowry. Is that all $85 million, Way?
Never mind. Where is the bank of bug tussle?
Oh, believe it or not, it's in bug tussle.
Well, where is bug tussle?
Passed right through it on the way here.
Impossible. In 20 miles, I passed one building.
That's bug tussle.
You're joking.
No. There's a general store, the bank, the post office, city hall, fire department, funeral parlor, jail, and boat landing.
And Granny's going to put $85 million in a bank like that?
That's the only bank in the county.
Get that horse and buggy back here right away. I'm going to buy it.
Burl Stevens wouldn't sell that horse. Why, he raised old bird from a little colt.
The bank. I'm going to buy the bank.
That's likely to cost you a pretty penny. Les Vining sees a duty-up city feller like you, that price is going sky high.
Yes, you're right. Say, have you got any old clothes I can borrow?
I got some work dud hanging in the attic. You can have.
Great. Now, you get that horse and buggy back here.
Oh, Burl's halfway home by now, but I might get you a mule or something.
Okay, but hurry. There. These clothes will be fine, Shorty. Shorty!
Oh, Sam, look! I have found in the forest the abandoned nest of a crimson-fronted finch.
Shut up.
Chief, when did you get here? And what are you doing in this ridiculous outfit?
You think I look ridiculous? Just step in front of a mirror if you want a real laugh.
I have been bird watching.
You're supposed to be Clampett watching. I sent you back here to keep them from settling down and taking the money out of my bank.
Chief, they're happy here. You can't put money ahead of happiness.
Don't bet on it. And you were supposed to keep Ellie from getting married.
But she fell in love. Surely you can't put money ahead of love.
Don't bet on it.
I got you a jackass, Mr. Drysdale.
That I got. Get me a mule.
No, see here. What I mean is, I got you a little donkey. A burro.
Oh, good. Will it get me to bug tussle back?
Oh, sure. Leroy Cheney's got it saddled up and ready for you out front.
Okay.
Hey, Chief, why are you going to bug tussle?
To buy the bank. If the Clampetts move their money out of Beverly Hills, I'll be waiting for it in bug tussle. Oh, boy. And I 20 miles on a buggy was rough.
Who's that, Miss Jane?
Huh? Oh, you mean on the donkey?
Yeah, a friend of yours?
Oh, believe me, he's no friend of mine.
Just a drifter, huh?
Exactly. A tramp, a derelict, a worthless, money-hungry bum.
Glad he's leaving town.
Good riddance indeed.
Now, hold still, Ellie. We want this wedding dress to fit just so.
If you ask me, it fits like the skin on an onion now.
Did anybody ask you?
No.
Well, then mind your pins. Ow! Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I'm afraid my eyes ain't what they used to be for clothes work. We better step over to Dorothy Palmer for the fine fitting.
See you later, Granny Ellie Mae.
Where do you think you're going?
I went fishing with Harry Leslie.
Your future son-in-law is fetching his family over here to meet us, and you're going fishing?
Oh, I'll be back in plenty of time. He said he couldn't get here till the middle of the afternoon.
You run along, honey. I'll be with you in a minute.
Yes, Uncle.
Jed, we have got to put on the dog for the groom's family. And you show up looking like a sharecropper and smelling like a catfish, they might want to call the wedding off.
Oh, they couldn't do that, could they?
Not really. They might want to, but I've got that groom nailed down like an oak plank. We were sitting right there at that table when he said to me,
I'd be proud and honored to be the man who marries her.
have I got him nailed down or have I got him nailed down?
I think you got him nailed down, Granny.
I'll be over to Dorothy Palmer's helping with Ellie's wedding dress, Shorty.
Oh. Well, here we are, son.
Here we are where? What is this? Nowhere USA? There's supposed to be a fair going on. Hundreds of yokels with their pockets bulging. I gotta hustle and not scratch to get back to the big town. Hey! New York! New York!
No, sir, this ain't New York.
You're joking.
It's Silver Dollar City. My son runs a hotel yonder, Shorty Kellum's.
Well, where are the people, my friend? I mean, the suckers, the rubes. What happened to the fair?
Hey!
The fair! Silver Dollar City Fair!
Yeah, Bud Tussle, too, in Branson and Blue Eyes, fair all around here. But it's raining in Eureka Springs.
Thanks for the weather report. Now, what am I going to do? I got to turn a fast buck. But I can't hear.
I got the same trouble. Can't hear too good myself.
Never would have known. Can you take me back to the train?
No rain here, just in Eureka Springs.
The freight train I got off. Never mind. Where are you going now?
Home to my farm. Gotta hitch a plow to old Bessie and work to South 40.
Well, take it easy. That's a lot of work for one horse.
Bessie's my wife. Get up, Chester. Get up.
Well, the price is right. If I had the 50 cents. Innkeeper! Innkeeper! Yeah, let's have some service.
You woke me up out of a sound sleep.
Fine. Now if we can just manage to wake the rest of the town. My name is Schaefer, Honest John Schaefer. Perhaps you've heard of me, president of Schaefer Enterprises Incorporated. My card. Now, I want one of your finest rooms. Southern exposure, king-size bed, orthopedic mattress, walk-in closets, let me see, television. Did I mention television? Yes. Television set, large color, bath, tub and shower, and sun lamp Of course. Why are we standing here? Front. Boy! Now, after I've rested, send the waiter up with a wine list and menu. Where is that boy? Now, here you are, son. Now, I want you to take my luggage up to the presidential suite. Hey, that is a nice gesture employing Boy Scouts. Now, I know you're not supposed to accept tips, my son, but at the end of my stay, I'll speak to your troop leader and recommend you for a merit badge. Now, you, remind me.
She ain't a Boy Scout. She's a girl.
Oh, 1,000 pardons. At the end of my stay here, I'll buy a box of your cookies.
I am not a Girl Scout. This happens to be the uniform of a bird watcher.
Oh, excellent. Remind me to buy some eggs from her.
I do not sell eggs. I am a secretary, sir.
I told you, mister, I don't have any empty room.
I don't believe you heard the name correctly. Schaefer. The New York Schaefer. Well, that name opens doors at the Ritz in Paris, the Dorchester in London, the Palazzo in Rome.
Apparently you come from a family of doormen.
Funny! Tell me, my dear, are you open for a secretarial position?
I may be.
Take it. Press the luggage. Don't just stand there. Move it. Move it. The luggage.
Mister, I told you I ain't got no vacancy.
Well, then eject someone. Create a vacancy for the new owner. Who's yours truly. I purchased the hotel this morning.
That's funny. I don't remember selling it.
Oh, it belongs to you, does it?
Yes, sir.
I had you confused with the Fontainebleau, which we bought this morning in Miami. I buy so many hotels. Well, we'll close the deal after I've rested and properly advised the luggage there.
Move it! Move! Hey, you know something, Shorty? Pretty girls are scarce as hen's teeth in bug tussle. I've been waiting in front of that general store for pretty near...
Look, my anemic friend, suppose you take up your romantic problems with dear Abby. Right now, we're discussing business. Bird lady, the luggage. Upstairs, let's fly.
See here, you New York loudmouth.
Hey, mister, is you from New York?
Yes. Now, about my accommodations.
I always wanted to meet somebody from New York, and now I'm shaking his hand.
Wait, the hand, you're crushing it.
Genuine New Yorker from New York City, golly!
How do you make it let go? Intro!
Think you're hurting the city feller's hand.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Always wanted to go to New York. Hey, tell me about it.
Later, lad.
Is it really as big as they say? Them skyscrapers real big?
Why don't you wait in the woods? Now, Sparrow Girl. The luggage.
Get it yourself. I have seen some noisy birds, but none to compare with the vulgar-throated, brown-tufted Manhattan four-footer.
Touchy little thing.
Hey, mister, I'll tote your bags up to your room for you.
Hold on, Jethro. I ain't got no empty room for this feller.
You don't by any chance happen to have a larger bird's nest, preferably one with running water.
Hey, mister, you can stay in my room. If you don't mind sleeping betwixt Uncle Jed and me.
Fix what in whom?
Uncle Jed and me. I'll even sleep in the attic if you'll take me to New York with you.
No, forget it, kid.
Hey, but mister, New York's where I belong. I'm a big city fella at heart.
Sure you are. Look, kid, go play with the frog, huh?
Hey, but mister, I'm not like the rest of my family. They's a bunch of hicks and rubes. I'm smart. I got a 6th grade education.
Well, remind me to send you a fountain pen. Now blow, will you, kid?
Hey, but wait. What is it? What? You won't even have to pay my way to New York. My Uncle Jed's got $85 million.
Swell, I'll send up a flare.
Doggone it.
What was that you just said?
Doggone it.
Oh, ahead of that.
You don't have to pay my way.
Between that and doggone.
My Uncle Jed's got $85 million.
Glad to see you. Is this boy on a level? I mean, this isn't the Silver Dollar City funny farm, is it?
Oh, no. Here's Uncle Jed. He's got more millions than you can shake a stick at.
The luggage. To the room, boy. Send up a menu and a large stick. Tell me more about your family.
Well, besides Uncle Jed, there's Granny and Ellie.
Ah, beautiful people, I'm sure.
You gonna take me to New York with you?
I intend to take the entire family.
Diggity dog! Hot diggity dog!
Just think of that. See where you came up with that? I'm thinking, dog, this kid's a natural raconteur. That's funny. Look, you must teach me more of those funny expressions. Huh? Funny. Now then, dear boy, how do I find the lake where your Uncle Jed is fishing?
Oh, you just go down there to the corner and turn to the right.
That's all the direction I need?
Well, yeah. And then when your feet commence to get wet, you done reach the lake.
Beautiful. Now, how will I recognize your uncle?
Oh, that's easy. He'll be sitting in a boat with Harold Ensley.
Okay. How will I recognize him?
You can't miss him. He's the only other fella in the boat.
That's all. Are you sure you graduated in the 6th grade?
Oh, Granny, Ellie Mae, this here's Mr. Schaefer out of New York.
Howdy doody. Howdy there.
Ah, congratulations, my dear. I'm sure you'll make a lovely bride.
Oh, I ain't the bride. It's her.
Oh, I see it's your sister who's getting married. Tell me, are you older or younger than this lovely girl?
Girl? Oh, why, I must be 5, oh, I'm pert near 40.
40?
Mind your own business, boy. Nice to meet you, Mr. Schaefer. Come on, sis. Bye, Mr. Schaefer.
Au revoir, mademoiselle. Enchanté.
Mr. Clampett! Jed Clampett!
Who's that calling you, Jed?
It sure ain't a bass. They don't know me today.
Mr. Clampett! I want to talk to you.
There he goes again.
Maybe we better drift in and see what he wants.
Oh, Shorty, if you thought Ellie was pretty this morning, you should have seen her after Dorothy Palmer took a few tucks in her wedding dress.
Dang to her, did it, Granny?
Oh, like she went pouring into it.
You know, I'd give that Matthew a run for his money if I was a few years younger and a few feet taller.
Howdy, Granny. Shorty.
Howdy, Matthew.
Makes it a few feet wider, too.
My, you look nice, son. Where's the family?
They'll be along pretty soon. The children were visiting their grandmother, so I left a note for my wife to bring them later.
You're who?
My wife.
Did he say his wife?
Did you say your wife?
Yes.
You did?
Matthew Templeton, didn't you say in this very hotel and on that very same spot that you would be proud to marry my granddaughter, Ellie Mae Clampett?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he say yes, ma'am?
Did you say yes, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You said yes, ma'am.
Then how in blue blazes can you marry Ellie Mae when you've done got a wife and kids?
I marry people all the time. I thought you knew. I'm a preacher.
Granny?
Shorty, did he say?
Did you?
I did.
He did, Granny.
Oh, Shorty, I wish you was a few years younger and a few feet taller and a few feet wider.
So I could marry Ellie?
No, so you could throw this parson out of the window.
Granny, want to hear something funny? A city fella come down to the lake and talked to me. He wants us all to move to New York.
Let's go.
That's what I told him. I said Granny would never... What did you say?
I said, let's go.
What about Ellie's wedding?
It's off. Matthew's done married.
Married? Why, he said...
I know what he said. He marries people all the time. He's a preacher.
Preacher? Well, if that don't beat all.
Well, it won't beat Elverna. Said, let's get away from here as far as we can and as quick as we can.
But Granny...
Oh, here you are, my friends. Oh, I just heard you distressing news, but don't you worry, lovely lady. Another young man will ask for your hand.
Oh, I done told you I ain't the bride.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Mr. Clampett, with your permission, I would like to track this would-be groom to his lair and thrash him within an inch of his life.
Oh, no. I say, let bygones be bygones.
My gosh, what a wise bit of philosophy. What homespun humanitarianism. New York will appreciate a man of your wisdom and understanding.
Well, we ain't decided to go.
Tell me, Mr. Schaefer.
Please, friends, call me by the name I am known the country over. Honest John.
Tell me, Honest John. Is there a lot of nice young single fellas in New York that Ellie could meet?
Dear lady, the streets of New York abound with single men searching for wives. And so honest and forthright are these swains that they wear hats to indicate their eligibility. Consequently, the Indians named the city City of Man with Hat On, which has typically been shortened to Manhattan.
That's the town for us.
Granny, I hear tell New York is nothing but cement and tall buildings. We kind of cotton to the open country.
Well, it just so happens that right in the middle of Manhattan, there is a paradise of open fields, meadows, trees, brooks, and lakes known as Central Park. And I'm willing to sell it to you at a sacrifice.
It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Left to me by my late lamented uncle, Sam Central.
Let's buy it, Jed. We can live there. Ellie can get a husband, and we can raise some taters and corn and run a few cows and hogs and goats.
Very fulfillment of my uncle's dream. He took it to his grave. Unfortunately, I am not a man of the soil myself.
Well, Jed and me will farm it. Won't we, Jed?
I reckon it wouldn't do any harm to look at it.
We can be on a plane within the hour.
Well, just give me time to tell Ellie Mae and Jethro to get packed.
They's packed, and so am I.
I reckon I'd best get busy.
You're packed, too. Let's go.
All right, come on, Mr. Shaker.
Honest John. Honest John. If you look out the windows, you will see the magnificent city of New York spread out below you. And that beautiful parcel of green trees and fields and lakes in the middle is the choice parcel of real estate which I'm willing to sell to you at such a sacrifice, Central Park.
Well, doggies, it's just as pretty as you said it was, Mr. Shaker.
Yeah, Honest John.
Hey, that was left to you by your uncle, Honest John?
Yes, dear lady, my uncle on my mother's side. The late, great Sam Central.
Looks like none of it's been plowed or planted.
Virgin land, Mr. Clampett, awaiting only the touch of someone like yourself. A man of the soil.
Sure will be good to work some land again. They wouldn't let us do no farming in Beverly Hills.
Fools, short-sighted bureaucrats. Don't they realize that digging in the good earth and bringing forth the sustenance therefrom nourishes not only the body, but the mind and soul as well?
You know, you got a fine way with words.
Thank you.
You ever thought of being a man of the cloth?
Frankly, no. I had a cousin who was a tailor, but it never appealed to me. See ya.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes, lovely child.
say any critters in Central Park?
Oh, there are critters.
You know, wild varmints like possums and raccoons and foxes.
Oh, no, nothing like that, my dear. Nothing wild to frighten you.
But I like them.
Oh, yes, there's plenty of those. But they're not wild. They're tame.
Oh, good. You ain't forgetting what you said. There's lots of young single fellas in New York looking for a bride.
Have no fear. With your beauty and charm, you'll have proposals by the dozen.
I told you I ain't the one looking for a husband. It's my granddaughter.
Oh, forgive me, my dear. My mind refuses to accept the fact that you're a grandmother. But my eyes tell me that you're a seductive love goddess.
Oh, come on now. Let's hear the truth.
Hey, you're a Dietrich, a Lamar, a Garbo.
Oh, you don't have to get mean about it.
I was complimenting you, my dear.
Can I see you for a minute, Mr. Schaefer?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you know any girls in New York?
No, oodles of them.
Any coarse girls?
Some of the coarsest.
Excuse me, we'll be landing shortly. Will you see that the young man fastens his seatbelt?
Oh, an excellent idea. Have you any other restraining devices?
Pardon?
I'm on it, nurse. Just check the rest of the ward.
Oh, boy, what a rotten ride. What do they call you, a jackass? Thanks to you, I'm going to be the only passenger flying to Beverly Hills standing up.
Well, Shorty, it almost killed me.
And it cost me $50,000, but I bought the bank a bug tussle. And now when the Clampers deposit their money, I've got it.
Well, good for you. You own any banks in New York?
No? Why?
Because that's where they're headed for.
New York? The Clampers?
Yeah, city fella sold them a place called Central Park, and they're on their way to see it. Your secretary left a message here for you. She's out bird watching. Mr. Drysdale? Where could he be? Mr. Poor fella. Guess he ain't used to riding a jackass.
Black hat, black boots, black belt. Bad news for the bad guys. Walker, Texas Ranger. Weeknights at 6 on the Hallmark Channel.
A crime of passion. A random clue. A new detective. Kelly Martin is a mystery woman. A bookstore owner who reads between the lines. The Hallmark Channel Mystery Movie. Mystery Woman. Friday night at 9.
Back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Drysdale pleaded once they were alone. If they take their money out of my bank, I'm ruined. I've got nothing to live for. Oh, now, Chief, Miss Jane said. A suicide note that will stop them. Here, take this. Mr. Clampett, because you are withdrawing your money, my death is on your hands. Chief, no, Miss Jane said, trying to contain her alarm. Now, tie that up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window. Me? They love you. This will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks, Miss Jane said. I promise this is the last favor I'll ever ask. Forget it. What? If you're too chicken to throw yourself out the window, I'll do it. All right, come over here. I can't throw you out from there. What? What's all the honking for? Boy? Jed asked, looking out the window. I done come up with an invention that beats steam, Jethro declared. Yeah, I see the boilers going, Jed noted. Yes, sir. Notice how quiet she is? No noise, no smoke. No smoke? She runs on electricity. Well, doggy, I'm real proud of you, boy. Bob, the presidents are calling you, someone shouted. All the way from Washington. The President of the United States is calling me? Yes, sir, Bob. They're bringing the old fellow to the phone, Mr. Little. Isn't he in a straitjacket? Oh, no, he's not dangerous. He just suffers from the delusion that he's worth $95 million. No wonder he's in the funny farm. The whole family. You know, it's wonderful of you to look after them. They're very sweet people. Nothing but sweet. Hurry, Dan, don't keep them waiting. Hey, tell them about my electric car. Hello? Hello? Hello, Judge Clement speaking. Hello, Mr. Clement. This is the President speaking. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Oh yes, make no mistake about that. I am the President. That's him, all right, Jed said, his voice hushed with reverence. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your generous and patriotic offer to donate your entire fortune to the fight against air pollution, the voice said. Yes, sir, it's only $95 million, but you're sure welcome to it, Jed said. And we'll bring it right to you right there in the White House. The whole family. This here's Granny, Mr. President. I'll bring you some pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chickens. Mr. President, this here's Ellie Mae, Ellie said, her voice bright. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? My nephew Jethro ain't here to say howdy, but he's gonna drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention, the electric car. No, don't come to Washington. We've got enough people like you here already. You public-spirited citizens, Well, how do we get the money to you? Jed asked. Well, I'm glad you asked me that. I want to make this point very clear. What is the point I want to make very clear? Leave your money in the bank. The Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, where it will draw maximum interest, a compounded semi-annual. In the care of your wise and friendly banker, Melvin Drysdale. Well, naturally, we'll do whatever you say, Mr. President, Jed said. But the family's gonna be awful disappointed. We was hoping to get away to Washington. Oh no, no, don't try to get away, the voice insisted. You'll stay right there and do what the nice man in the white coat tells you. Goodbye, goodbye. What did he say, Jed? Granny asked. He said he don't want us to come to Washington right now, Jed explained. Well, what are we supposed to do, pal? Granny asked. He says he's gonna send a man in a white coat to tell us, Jed said. Jethro, I just talked to the president, and we won't be driving to Washington in your electric car. Just as well, Uncle Jethro, Jethro said. I never found an extension cord long enough to get us there. Mr. Little, that was a magnificent performance, the person in the room said. Thank you. Well, your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible. Thank you. I hope to see you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. Mr. Drysdale, aren't you forgetting something? Oh, what's that? My fee. Oh, yes, yes. How much is it? Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a performance. However, in this case, I'll cut it in half. How's $3,750? $3,750 it is. 20, 40. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that's $3,750. A 5 minutes work? The president doesn't get that much, and he's the real thing. Excuse me, Chief. These foreclosures are red. Aren't you Rich Little, the impressionist? Yes, I am. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of John Wayne. Huh? Well, thank you very much, ma'am. Now, let me say that if we had girls like you out on the trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Oh, that is marvelous. Thank you. Hey, and your Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. Oh, Ed Sullivan? Wonderful. Would you do me a favor there, young sir? Would you come on our show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes. I'd love to have you. What else are you going to have on the show? A World War I with the original cast. In living color with a surprise ending. Oh, isn't he fabulous? He certainly is. It's been a real pleasure. Wait a minute. You're forgetting something again. Oh yes, you'll see. What are you charging her for Wayne and Sullivan? Oh, nothing. I'll accept the same arrangement. Watch this. Don't leave no milk for a spell. We is going to Washington, Granny, Jed announced. Yeah? Well, you're going to Washington. We is? That's what the message says. Have a good trip. Hey, Uncle Jed, we is going to Washington. We just got the message. What did you say, boy? We is going to Washington. The fellow in the white coat just brought the message from the president. Well, where is he? Yonder he goes. Ain't that the milkman? Being a milkman is what you call a cover. Cover? He's really a secret agent for the government. Is he not? Yeah. I learned all that stuff when I was a double-knot spy. Well, I reckon we best get packing. Should I convert my electric car back to steam? No, I think we better fly. When the president sends for you, you don't want to keep him waiting. Well, if he comes in, will you please ask him to call his office immediately? It's an emergency. Thank you. How do you like it, Miss Hathaway? Chief, where have you been? Shopping. Any messages? Oh, just one, but it's a beauty. The Clampetts are leaving for Washington. What? They're determined to give their $95 million to the president. We've got to stop them. Get Rich Little back. You're kidding. Huh? Here's a signed check. He can make it out for any amount he likes. I'll get up to the Clampetts and delay them until he calls. I made it. They're still here. Clarence. Granny. Ellie Mae. Jethro. There's everybody. Oh, hello, Bessie. Is that for me? How are you? Dear Mr. Drysdale, please feed the critters till we get back. Enjoying your flight? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We is going to Washington to see the president. We is going to give him $95 million. Oh boy, you know the president? Talked to him this morning. I'm fetching him a baby possum. And I'm taking him a jar of pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chitlins. We was going in my electric car, but I couldn't find no 3,000-mile extension cord. That's very interesting. Young lady, how high would you say we're flying? A lot higher than the plane. The flight was long but smooth, and as the plane finally began its descent, The family peered out of the windows with wide-eyed curiosity. I got the wind, everybody, Jed said. We're flying over a right pretty town. That there's Washington, District of Columbia. Anybody see the White House? Appears to be lots of white houses down there. Would you fasten your seatbelts, please? The flight attendant requested. Yes, ma'am, the family chorused. We'll be landing in a few minutes, the attendant continued. You gonna feed us again before we land? Jethro asked. I'm afraid there isn't time, the attendant said. You done had 4 meals and 3 snacks. Why, it makes me hungry, but we is landing now. Landing makes me hungry too, Jethro agreed. We go straight to the White House, Jed. Any woman who will dress up like that is watching. Hello, Jethro, Miss Jane said. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Jethro replied, his hand firmly placed on the bag of money. Hey, get up, Mr. Drysdale barked. I need this money. Uncle Jed don't want you to have it. So I'm going to sit here until I think of a way to get rid of the smog, Jethro said. Jethro, that is a problem for a genius to solve, Mr. Drysdale pleaded. Thank you. I'm working on it, Jethro said, his face a picture of intense concentration. Why don't you go out to the kitchen and eat something? Thought I wouldn't eat until I figured out a way to whip the smog, Jethro said firmly. Well, go get a stick and hit it, Granny suggested. You ain't being no help, Jethro sighed. Well, neither are you, Granny retort. Get up. Not until I think of an idea, Jethro said. Jethro, get off the money, Mr. Drysdale insisted. Here's an armed guard. He'll shoot you. Hey, Mr. Jethro said to the guard. You look like your secretary, Miss Jane. I am Miss Jane, the guard replied flatly. What are you doing wearing that outfit? It was dark when she dressed this morning, the guard said. Now get off the money. See, Mr. Clampett is not going to let you take this money. Okay, then you take it, Jethro suggested. Come on, get out. Forget it. We might just as well go back to the office. Hey, Miss Jane, before you go, just sit down and help me think of an idea on how to get rid of the smog. Jethro, dear boy, the finest minds in the country are working on that problem, Miss Jane said kindly. Yeah, but I ain't getting nowhere, Jethro said, looking despondent. Don't sit there wasting time with that idiot, Mr. Drysdale snapped. Now hold on, Jed said calmly. Just because she's dressed funny, don't make her an idiot. Get out from there, both of you. Mr. Drysdale, it is hard to think of brilliant ideas with folks yelling at you, Miss Jane noted. Where does Granny keep her shotgun? Jethro wondered aloud. I sure hope I can whip that smog problem before I starve to death. Jethro, I'm afraid that problem won't be solved until someone invents a replacement for the internal combustion engine, Miss Jane explained. I'll do it. I'm on it, Jethro declared. Hey, what's an internal combustion engine? Well, that's the engine that powers the average automobile, Miss Jane said. The hope is to convert to steam or electricity. Hey, Mr. Drysdale, what should I put my giant brain to work on first? A steam car or an electric car? Why not a gas turbine? Oh, I ain't gonna mess with hats. Just cars, Jethro said. Mr. Drysdale, I done told you this money is staying here, Jed said firmly. Mr. Drysdale, get off of my money. It's my money. No, it ain't. It's mine, Mr. Drysdale argued. Well, it's my sack, Granny piped up. All right, I'll dump the money out and you can have the sack, Mr. Drysdale conceded. Good. Just dump it in that truck out front. It's staying here, Jed said. But it's not safe here. Why, until you showed up, Mr. Drysdale protested. What? No, it's going back into my vault. OD, Mr. Drysdale called. Oh, Chief, don't stand there, Hathaway. Use your gun. That is an excellent idea. Stand back, Mr. Clampett. I should hate to hit you. You traitor, Mr. Drysdale said, glaring at Miss Jane. Mr. Drysdale, get a hold of yourself, Jed said, his voice calm but authoritative. I done promised this money to a fellow that's going to get rid of all the smog. Not Jethro, Mr. Drysdale asked. No, This fellow's going to drill a tunnel through the San Bernardino Mountains, put in a great big fan, and draw all the smog out of Los Angeles. But that's a preposterous idea, Mr. Drysdale sputtered. Yeah, we like it too, Jed said. Mr. Clampett, the problem of smog is too big to be handled locally, Miss Jane reasoned. It has to be solved on a national level. Is that a fact? Jed asked. Only the president can get together the brain power and the vast amount of money necessary, Miss Jane explained. Why, this $700,000 isn't even a drop in the bucket. Well, how much does the president need? Jed asked. Oh, millions, billions, Miss Jane said. I'll just take this chicken feed back to the bank. I'll study on it, Mr. Drysdale. No, give up, Chief, Miss Jane urged. No, hold it, Hathaway. I'm not through with you. What now? You are guilty of conduct unbecoming an employee of the Commerce Bank. Oh, big deal. For cowardice in the face of action. For failure to obey a direct order. For treachery and insubordination. You are hereby dishonorably discharged as a guard and reduced to the rank of secretary. Hallelujah. Don't expect a Christmas bonus this year. I have never had a Christmas bonus. Well, don't expect one this year either. Now get the truck. Boy, what have you done to that truck? Looks like the boob has set it on fire, Jed said, looking at the smoke rising from the hood. Jethro, what did you do? I converted this rascal to steam. You are looking at the answer to air pollution by automobile. The Jethro Bourdain steam car. I have perfected a clean engine. I'm going back inside. I told you that for this clean engine jokes, Jed said, shaking his head. Uncle Jethro, Honest John ain't going to be needing his money no more now that I whipped the smog problem. So I use it to mass-produce my steam car. Hold on, boy, Jed said. According to Mrs. Drysdale, only the president himself can handle a smog problem. The President of the United States? That's right. He's the only one that can bring together the brains and the money. Well, here stands the whole kit and caboodle, Jed said, gesturing to the family. I'll hop on my steam car, drive to Washington, pull up in front of the White House, and give him the brains and the money, all in one package. Hold on, boy. What you got there is just a drop in the bucket. And it ain't likely enough money either. Talking about the money, Granny, Jed said. Mr. Drysdale says the president's lot will need millions, even billions. I was thinking of giving him all my money. Okay, I'll stop by the bank and get the rest of it, Jed added. Well, Pop, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too, Ellie Mae said. And they ain't going without me. I was just coming to that, Jed said. I think it'd be a fine trip for the whole family. I best go leave a note for the milkman. Tell him we is going to Washington. And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile, Jed read from a letter. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Chief, you're telling your own brother you're repossessing his car? Miss Jane asked, shocked. Well, that is a little cold, isn't it? P.S. regards to Betty and the babies. Yes, who is it? Jed asked as a knock sounded at the door. It's me, Mr. Drysdale. I fetched you back your sack of chicken feed. Oh, bless you, bless you. Quite happy to get it, ain't he? Jed remarked. No chicken could be happier. I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the smog. Wonderful. The cashier tells me that, counting this, I got right at $95 million in your bank now. Wonderful. So we're going to take it to Washington and give it to the president. Mr. Clampett, you can't give all your money to the president, Mr. Drysdale panicked. Why not? Jed asked. Oh, because Miss Hathaway, tell them why not. Why not? Not that way, explain it. Mr. Clampett, it is your money. You may do with it as you wish, Miss Jane said. Who asked you to butt in? Mr. Drysdale hissed. You did, Miss Jane replied. Well, butt out. Now, Mr. Clampett, this will take time. Government red tape, Internal Revenue, Secret Service, White House clearance. Now, I'll work it out and call you. Well, I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry, because we'd like to get started, Jed said. Right away, right away. Oh, and you don't have to give us the $95 million in cash. I reckon the president will take a chance, Jed noted. Well, I'll discuss it with him. I'll let you know, Mr. Drysdale said. Miss Hathaway, you've got to help me, Mr. Drum forever. The day ended as it had begun, in the quiet beauty of the Ozark sunset, a scene of such peace that it felt like a benediction. Jed sat on his porch watching the light fade, a content man who had seen the world and found that the most important things in life were always the ones that were closest to his own door. He was a man who knew the value of his journey and the worth of his home, and in that quiet reflection, he found the perfect ending to the long, beautiful, and honest story of his life. The world would continue, the smog would be addressed, the cities would rise, but for the Mountain family, the true, enduring truth was that there was no place like the hills, and no joy as great as the quiet life they had built together. They were the Clampetts, and they had come home not just to the cabin, but to the self-awareness that had been the ultimate goal of their long, adventurous, and fulfilling lives. It was, in every sense of the word, a beautiful ending to a beautiful story. The stars emerged once more, watching over the silent cabin as the family rested, their journey behind them, their lives ahead. They were the keepers of their own peace, the authors of their own truth, and the stewards of their own destiny. They had traveled, they had learned, and they had returned, and in that cycle of life, they had found the totality of all that really mattered. They were the Mountain family, and they were home, and that was the only truth that would ever need to be told. The morning light would return, the cycle would begin anew, and the life of the family would continue, as it always had, in the simple, honest, and profound grace of their own existence. The journey was over, the story had been written, and the truth had been found. They were the Clampetts, a family that had stepped into the world and found that the only thing that could ever truly satisfy them was the life they had always known, the life they had loved, and the life they would continue to live in the quiet, enduring, and beautiful peace of their mountain home. The sun hung low over the hills of the Ozarks, casting long, golden shadows across the humble cabin where Jed Clampett sat on his front porch, whittling a piece of cedar. Beside him, Granny was busy scrubbing a cast-iron skillet with sand, her eyes sharp as a hawk's. The air was filled with the rhythmic chirp of crickets and the distant lowing of a cow. It was a quiet afternoon, the kind where the passing of time felt as gentle as a mountain breeze. Jed looked up, his faded blue eyes crinkling at the corners. He was a man of simple pleasures and honest words, his mind as unburdened as a cloudless sky. He watched as a squirrel darted up a nearby oak tree, its tail twitching with nervous energy. Well, helping your granny with the house cleaning, huh? Jed remarked as Jethro ambled onto the porch, his lanky frame hunched slightly. Oh yes, sir, pal. Elmer needs. Elmer? Granny peered over her spectacles, wiping her hands on her apron. Oh, he scurries around inside the cabinet. Dustin. How is it going, Elmer? Jethro asked, leaning toward the rustic wooden cupboard near the door. Well, a handy little critter, ain't he? Sure is. That raccoon fur is better than feathers for picking up lint, Jed added with a thoughtful nod. Seems right proud to be happy, too. Elmer is a dandy little Dustin. Well, let's take our dusters outside and shake them, Granny decided, standing up and brushing the dust from her skirt. Yes, okay. And then you can take yours upstairs and hand them to the dresser drawers in the closet. As the morning sun climbed higher, the conversation drifted toward the unexpected wealth that had recently befallen the family. The quiet life they had known was now peppered with strange figures like the man they called Honest John, a fellow who seemed to have a penchant for disappearing as quickly as he arrived. Uncle Jed, old Honest John, ain't never come back to pick up his $700,000, Jethro noted, scratching his head. He's that way. Can I have it as an advance against my allowance? 50 cents a week. Jed chuckled, a low, rumbling sound. That'll take a while to pay back. I'm young, Jethro countered with a hopeful grin. You ain't that young, Granny snapped, though her tone lacked any real bite. Besides, Honest John needs that money to help fight smog. You know, I'd like to throw my brain into the fight against smog, Jethro said, his expression becoming oddly serious. It's a dandy cause. They say what it'll take to whip it is brains and money. Well, if it fixed us, we got it made, ain't we? Jed mused. I reckon we got a leg up on us. Elmer and me will get busy upstairs. Fine, Ellie, Granny agreed. Oh, Jed, that reminds me. Mr. Drysdale called and said he was coming by to pick up this money. How come? Jed asked, his brow furrowed in genuine curiosity. Well, he said folks had an order to keep $700,000 in cash around the house. He's got the hives from worrying about it. I'm sorry about the hives, but I promised his money to Honest John to fight smog. Jed replied firmly. I'm thinking about jumping into the fight against smog, too, Granny said, her jaw set with determination. Well, Mr. Drysdale said that this money belongs back in the vault at his bank, and he's coming by to pick it up. I don't think I can let him have it. Promise is a promise, Jed stated. I'm gonna fight smog, Granny. Well, I told Mr. Drysdale that you might not let him have it, but he says he's coming by to pick it up, so that's betwixt you and him. Granny, I'm gonna fight smog, Jethro announced. How? Well, I don't know, but Uncle Jed says it takes brains and money. Betwixt us, we is all set, Jed said. You got money, have you? Jethro asked. No, I'm supplying the brains, Jed said with a wink. Sitting up here betwixt these sideburns is a real brute. The only brute you have sits here at the end of your gutter, Granny muttered, though she couldn't suppress a small smile. I think we ought to encourage your boy, Granny. He don't know smog from applesauce. I do so, Jethro defended himself. I listen to the reports all the time. Why, today we is having light eye irritation. But that don't worry me because I got dark eyes. That's a great partner you got there, Jed, Granny noted, her eyes twinkling. All right, guard, Mr. Drysdale whispered to the person standing stiffly beside him. Go in there and get that money, and don't take no for an answer. You forced me to wear this uniform to save paying a guard. But it won't work, Miss Jane said. Her voice strained. Mr. Clapper will recognize me. I thought of that, Mr. Drysdale insisted. So just wear this disguise. Here we go. Looks great. Now get the money. But suppose Mr. Clapper won't let me take it? Well, you've got a gun. Use it. Oh geez, Miss Jane sighed. Oh, I don't need to shoot him. Just fire a couple of shots over his head to show him he means business. I will not. If you want that money, go and get it yourself. A fine guard you are, Mr. Drysdale scoffed. Why, you're a disgrace to that uniform. Mr. Clapper, I thought I heard somebody. Oh, Mr. Clapper. This guard is here to pick up that $700,000, Miss Jane said, trying to regain her composure. I don't think I can let him have it, Mr. Clapper said cautiously. Look, whatever you do, don't cross him, Miss Jane whispered urgently. His arm, he's a mad dog killer. Is that a fact? Mr. Clapper asked, turning to the supposed guard. Are you a mad dog killer, Miss Jean? Of course not, Miss Hathaway replied, her voice slipping. Miss Hathaway, what are you doing in that uniform? Oh God. If this is your idea of a practical joke, I, for one, do not appreciate it. Or can I imagine Mr. Clampett is amused either? No, I don't see that she's punished, Mr. Clampett. And I think the proper punishment would be to make her carry out that heavy bag of money. Go get it. Now hold on, Jed said, stepping forward. She ain't toting out that money. Well, if you want to forgive her so easily. But keep an eye on her, Mr. Drysdale muttered. That had never been exhausted. They had navigated the complexities of their new life with a steadfast devotion to the principles of their past, ensuring that no matter how far they had traveled, they had never truly left their home behind. The hills were their origin, their destination, and their constant companions, a silent promise that no matter where the currents of life might take them, the roots would always hold fast. As the night deepened, the forest breathed with a rhythmic, steady life of its own, a reflection of the family that rested within the cabin walls. There was no need for more words, no need for further explanation. The life they lived was its own narrative, a story written in the language of daily effort and quiet devotion. They had lived, they had loved, and they had returned, and in that simple arc, they had found the totality of the human experience. They were the mountain folk, the dreamers, the travelers, and they were, above all else, at peace. The stars above were constant, fixed in their silent watch, much like the values that had guided Jed and his kin. They were lights in the vastness of the dark, guiding travelers, offering perspective, and reminding all who looked up that there was a larger order to the world, one that rewarded the patient and the true. The family was a part of that order, a small but significant testament to the endurance of the good, the simple and the honest. They were, in the end, exactly what they had always been, and that was enough to satisfy the hunger of 1,000 adventures. The morning would come, and with it the routine of another day, but for now, there was the silence of the night, a profound stillness that allowed for the reflection of all that had been. The journey had been long, the lessons had been many, and the rewards had been far beyond what they could have ever imagined when they first set out with their few belongings and a heart full of hope. They had found their way home, not just to the cabin, but to the understanding of who they were, a truth that would remain with them long after the memories of the city had begun to blur at the edges. It was a life of quiet achievement, a victory of the spirit that required no ceremony to acknowledge. They had lived with dignity in the face of confusion, with kindness in the face of cynicism, and with love in the face of challenge. They were the embodiment of the values they cherished, and in the final analysis, their story was not about what they had done, but about the people they had remained. They were the Clampetts, the mountain folk, a family of substance, a family of home, a family of heart. The legacy of the Ozarks had been brought to the world and returned to the hills, enriched and understood. The cycle was complete, the narrative had found its conclusion in the simple act of living, and the promise of the future was as bright and clear as the morning sun on the mountain peaks. They were ready for whatever came, not because they had become something new, but because they had never stopped being the people they were born to be. In the stillness of the valley, they found the only happiness that mattered, the peace of a life well lived, in the place where they were known, loved, and at home. As the first light of dawn began to touch the horizon, the world felt new again, a canvas of possibility stretching out before them. The family was ready, not to go out into the world, but to embrace the life they had built within the hills. They were the masters of their own destiny, the keepers of their own stories, and the stewards of the peace they had earned through the long, winding path of their journey. The hills stood tall, the sky opened wide, and the life of the family continued, a steady, rhythmic, and beautiful song, played out in the quiet harmony of the mountains. There was nothing more to say, for the truth of their journey was held in every day they spent together. They were the proof that integrity could withstand the pressure of the world, that kindness could survive the cynicism of the city, and that family was the only institution that truly mattered in the end. They had traveled, they had learned, and they had returned, and in that, they had found the very best that life had to offer. They were the Clampetts, and they were home, and that was all that could ever be asked of a life. The world would keep turning, the mountains would stand firm, and the stars would continue their silent vigil, but the family would remain, a testament to the enduring power of the heart. Their journey was a reminder that no matter how far one goes, the values that define us remain the only thing we truly own. They had seen the world and found that the beauty of it lay not in the grand monuments or the bustling cities, but in the simple connection of a family gathered together, bound by the ties of love and the quiet truth of a life lived with honor. The light of the new day illuminated the cabin, the porch, and the surrounding trees, a warm welcome to the morning that lay ahead. Jed stood up, his joints a little stiffer than they used to be, but his spirit as light as the mountain air. He looked toward the clearing where he had once found the black gold, and then back at his home, the true source of his wealth. He knew that the journey was over, but the life was just beginning, a new chapter in the ongoing story of a family that had found its way back to the only place that had ever truly mattered. The stillness of the morning was filled with the promise of a life that would continue to unfold in the same quiet, steady way it always had. There were no more grand projects, no more trips to the capital, no more puzzles to solve, just the honest, simple, and fulfilling work of each day. They were the mountain folk, and they were perfectly content, having realized that the journey they had taken was the very thing that had brought them back to the realization that everything they needed, they had always carried within themselves. The legacy of their experience would be passed down, a story to be told when the evenings were long and the fire was low, a reminder of the time they had stepped out into the world and found that the best thing to do was to step back into the life they had always known. It was a story of growth, a story of discovery, and a story of homecoming. And as the sun climbed higher into the sky, the family went about their day, a living example of the fact that the most important journey is the one that leads you back to who you really are. The hills were green, the air was clear, and the future was a path waiting to be walked with the same quiet dignity they had always possessed. They were the Clampetts, a family that had seen the far reaches and chosen the near, a family that had known the chaos and chosen the calm. They were the keepers of their own destiny, and as they stood together in the morning light, they knew that they were exactly where they were meant to be. The journey was behind them, the life was before them, and they were, in every sense of the word, home. They had been, in every sense, the most unlikely heroes of their own story, finding that the grandest of all adventures was the one that led them back to the simple, honest, and profound reality of their own existence. They had tested the limits of their world and found that the boundaries they had once thought were restrictive were actually the very things that kept them safe and whole. They were the mountain family, a testament to the fact that home is not just a place, but a condition of the heart, and they were, at long last, exactly where they belonged. The sun moved across the sky, marking the passage of the hours in a way that had always been the natural order of their lives. There was no hurry, no need for the frantic pace of the city, only the measured progress of a life lived in accordance with the rhythms of the land. They were at ease, and in that ease, they found a depth of happiness that the world of gold and commerce could never offer. They were the Clampetts, and their story was complete, not because it had ended, but because it had found the perfection of its own simple, enduring truth. The quiet of the valley was broken only by the sounds of the natural world, a symphony of life that had always been their true soundtrack. They were back, they were together, and they were whole, and that was the only conclusion that could ever do justice to the journey they had taken. The memory of the city would fade, the stories would be told, but the life itself, the reality of their existence in the mountains they loved, would remain the constant, the anchor, and the truth that defined them into lessons in grace. As the days turned into weeks, the family began to see the world not just as a place of strange buildings and hurried faces, but as a mosaic of individual lives, all striving for something better. They realized that whether in the hills of the Ozarks or the halls of government, people were essentially the same. They shared the same hopes, the same worries, and the same need for belonging. They found that the true value of their wealth was not in the gold or the influence, but in the connections they formed and the laughter they shared along the way. The journey back to the hills was as reflective as the trip to California had been momentous. They carried with them a lifetime of memories, a collection of stories that would be told for generations by the fireside. They returned not as individuals changed by the world, but as a family strengthened by the knowledge of their own resilience. They remained the mountain folk they had always been, their hearts anchored by the values that had guided them before the first drop of black gold had ever touched the surface of their quiet earth. Life settled back into its comfortable pattern, but it was enriched by the breadth of their experiences. Jed continued to whittle on the porch, his hands steady and hed spirit at peace. He looked out over the hills, knowing that while the world was indeed vast and filled with complex questions, the most important answers were found in the quiet moments of love and the unwavering support of one's own kin. They had seen the bright lights and the grand cities, but they had learned that there was no place quite like home, and no treasure quite as valuable as the peace of a life lived well and truly. The legacy of their time in the city was not in the buildings they had tried to buy or the projects they had sought to fund, but in the spirit they had left behind. They had reminded those they encountered that there is power in simplicity and strength in kindness. They had navigated a world of noise with the quiet confidence of those who know exactly who they are. And as the sun set once more over the cabin, casting long, familiar shadows across the porch, the family sat together, content in the knowledge that they had stayed true to themselves through it all. The story of the Clampetts became more than just a tale of wealth or migration. It became a testament to the enduring nature of character. They had walked through a world of illusions and emerged with their humanity intact. They had found that the journey was not about where you were going, but about the integrity you carried with you on the road. And in the end, as the stars began to twinkle over the Ozark ridges, they understood that they were, and would always be, a family of substance, living a life of quiet, profound meaning, perfectly at home in the world they had made for themselves. The cycle of the days continued, marked by the changing seasons and the simple joys of a life unburdened by unnecessary complexity. Jed often thought of the city not with regret, but with the perspective of a man who had seen the far reaches of the horizon and found that the best view was still from his own doorway. He taught the younger ones the lessons he had learned, not just about the world, but about the importance of holding onto the roots that anchor a person when the winds of change blow hard. They were, in every sense of the word, a success story, not because they had become something else, but because they had refused to stop being who they were. Every soul they touched had been given a glimpse of a different way of living, a reminder that the world could be approached with a heart that expected the best rather than the worst. The laughter that had followed them across the country was a testament to the fact that joy was a universal language, one that required no translation and no formal education to understand. They had bridged the gap between the mountains and the halls of power, leaving behind a trail of smiles and a standard of genuine decency that many would remember long after the details of the smog projects and the real estate deals had faded into history. And so, the quiet life of the Mountain family continued, a beacon of authenticity in a world that often valued the superficial. They were proof that one could hold great wealth without losing one's soul, and that one could travel to the ends of the earth and still find that the most profound adventure was the one happening within the heart of a home filled with love. The hills kept their secrets, the trees whispered their ancient songs, and Jed sat on his porch, a man at peace watching the world turn, knowing that no matter what came, they would face it together, with the same simple strength that had always carried them through. The years passed like the flight of a bird, swift and graceful, leaving only the memory of their passage behind. The family grew, the stories grew with them, and the spirit of their journey became a part of the local lore, a reminder to everyone who heard it that the heart of a man is the only thing that truly matters. They had lived a life of extraordinary circumstances with the grace of ordinary people, and in doing so, they had achieved something that money could never buy: a legacy of kindness, a history of laughter, and the enduring certainty of a home that was built on more than just boards and stone. As the evening light faded, leaving the landscape in a soft, welcoming gloom, the cabin lights flickered on, a warm signal of the life within. Jed took a deep breath, the crisp air of the mountains filling his lungs, and felt the familiar comfort of the place that had been his constant anchor. He knew that the world would keep turning, that the smog would be fought, that cities would grow, and that new legends would be born, but for him the story had come full circle. He was a man who had seen it all, and had returned to the only thing that really mattered: the quiet, steady beat of a life lived with honesty and love, surrounded by the people who knew him best. The final chapter of their grand adventure was not written in the headlines of a newspaper or the ledger of a bank, but in the quiet contentment of their daily existence. It was a story that needed no grand conclusion, for it was never really meant to end. It was a life, continuous and evolving, unfolding in the small acts of kindness and the shared meals of a family that understood the true value of their time together. They had found their way through the maze of the world and had come out the other side, not diminished but expanded, carrying the richness of their experience in the warmth of their smiles and the depth of their understanding. Looking back, one could see the threads of their journey woven into the fabric of the life they led. Each encounter a stitch, each lesson a pattern that defined the wholeness of their existence. They had been observers and participants, travelers and homesteaders, and through it all, they had remained the bedrock of their own destiny. They had been true to the land, true to each other, and true to the spirit of the mountains that had raised them. In the quiet of the night, as the world beyond the hills slept, they found their own stillness, a profound realization that they were exactly where they were meant to be. The legacy was not just theirs, but belonged to anyone who dared to live with the same unwavering commitment to their own truth. They had shown that a man of the hills could walk in the halls of the powerful and remain a man of the hills, that a woman of simple wisdom could look upon the complexities of the city and see them for what they were. They had paved a path of integrity that was as clear as the mountain streams of their youth, and in the end, that was the only treasure worth keeping. The moon rose high over the hills, bathing the landscape in a soft, silvery glow, a silent witness to the life of a family that had touched the stars and returned to the earth. Jed leaned back, his eyes closing, a gentle smile upon his lips as he listened to the familiar sounds of his home. It was a life of simple grace, a testament to the power of the human spirit, and a story that would continue to echo in the wind long after the last of them had gone to their rest. It was, in every sense, a good life, a journey complete, and a homecoming that would last for eternity. The quiet resilience of the mountain people had proven to be the most durable of all. They had faced the unknown with a curiosity that had never been quenched and a kindness property and various other national monuments. Jed, ever the patriot, felt it was his duty to purchase these landmarks from a supposed Columbia Indian princess named Sitting Hawk, represented by the very same honest John. As the Clampetts marched through the capital, they encountered guard after guard, official after official, and a series of misunderstandings that led them to the curious halls of a psychiatric ward, where they were mistaken for international agitators. Through it all, the family remained unfailingly polite, offering pickled pawpaws and hand-slung chickens to anyone who would listen. They did not understand the concept of a state of emergency, nor did they grasp why the government would go to such great lengths to keep an old woman out of her own ancestral teepee. Back at the hotel, Jethro, having discovered a new sense of purpose, busied himself with his menagerie of animals, including a kitten he named Jefferson Davis. He was under the impression that he was running a grand professional show for the local children, unaware of the fine line he was walking between public service and neighborhood nuisance. Meanwhile, Miss Jane Hathaway, always the devoted secretary, scrambled to keep Mr. Drysdale from suffering a nervous collapse as the banker juggled the conflicting demands of his own greed and his desperate need to keep the Clampetts happy. The turning point came when Honest John and the woman posing as Princess Sitting Hawk were confronted by the genuine, simple-hearted kindness of the Clampetts. Their incessant praise for Honest John as a living saint, a man of pure heart who would marry an ancient Indian woman out of charity, finally broke the confidence man. He had played many marks in his life, but he had never played anyone quite like the Clampetts, who, in their innocence, had effectively shamed him into honesty. In a rare moment of clarity and overwhelming guilt, Honest John returned the millions of dollars he had swindled from Jed. He and his accomplice fled, leaving behind a baffled family who simply could not understand why such a noble, kind-hearted man would choose to leave so suddenly. As the sun set over the Potomac, the Clampetts gathered their belongings, their animals, and their spirits. They had not quite managed to save the country, nor had they secured a permanent residence in the White House, but they had maintained their dignity and their spirit. Jed sat on the edge of his bed, looking out at the city of Washington. He reflected on the strange ways of the city folk and the confusing nature of big city politics, concluding that, despite everything, the mountains were the only place where the air was truly clean and the people truly said what they meant. With the return of their fortune and their integrity intact, the family prepared for the journey home. They left behind a city that would be talking about the Clampetts for many years to come, a city that had been momentarily transformed by a group of people who possessed more genuine goodness than all the politicians combined. The adventure had been long, the lessons many, and the humor abundant. As they loaded their belongings back into the truck, Jed smiled to himself, happy to be returning to a place where he didn't need a deed to enjoy the beauty of the world. They were, at heart, still the same humble folks from the hills, ready to set a spell and take their shoes off, leaving the complicated world of Washington behind them, for there was no place like home. The sun rose over the hills of the Ozarks, casting a golden hue upon the modest cabin that Jed Clampett called home. Life for the Mountain family had always been simple and honest, filled with the quiet rhythms of nature and the steady labor of the land. Jed sat on the porch, his eyes reflecting the deep calm of the morning as he whittled a piece of cedar. By his side, the house cat chased a stray leaf, while the gentle sounds of the forest filled the air. It was a morning much like any other, until the day that would forever alter the course of their lives began with the thunderous roar of a machine in the distance. Jed stood up, his tall frame casting a long shadow, as he walked toward the clearing where he had been hunting for the evening meal. He checked his rifle, a piece of equipment as familiar to him as his own hand, and stepped cautiously through the underbrush. He was searching for a bit of game, nothing more, when the earth beneath his feet suddenly seemed to shiver. A geyser of black, thick liquid erupted from the ground, spraying into the air with a force that defied explanation. Jed stared at the bubbling crude, his mind racing to comprehend the sight before him. It was, as he would later describe it, the discovery of black gold, a bounty that would soon pull them from the comfort of their mountain home and into the bustling, strange world of California. The news spread through the kinfolk with the speed of a wildfire. There was talk of moving, of cities built on dreams and sunshine, of a place called Beverly Hills. They loaded up the old truck, a vehicle held together by hope and wire, and began the long journey westward. The hills faded behind them, replaced by the endless stretches of highway and the shifting promise of a new horizon. Every mile was a story, every stop a chance to wonder at the vastness of the world that lay outside their secluded valley. Upon arriving in California, the contrast was staggering. The quiet woods were exchanged for grand mansions, bustling boulevards, and people whose lives were guided by the fast pace of industry rather than the slow turning of the seasons. Jed remained the same man he had always been, grounded by the values of his upbringing. Yet he found himself navigating a society that often seemed as baffling as it was bright. His cousin Jethro, full of youthful exuberance and a boundless imagination, saw every day as a new adventure, while Granny kept a watchful eye over the household, her spirit as sharp as her wit. It was during one of their many attempts to adjust to this new life that the idea of the smog project took root. Jed had been listening to the reports, hearing the concerns of the people around him, and felt a stir of duty. He was a man who believed that if you had the means to help, you did so without hesitation. When the opportunity to contribute to the fight against air pollution arose, he did not see it as a political act or a grand gesture, but as a simple neighborly obligation. The confusion that followed, involving bankers, secret agents, and the comedic misunderstandings of a family unfamiliar with the complexities of the city, became the very fabric of their days. The project to combat the smog led them on a path that culminated in a surreal journey to the capital. They were driven by a genuine, earnest desire to do good, to offer their resources for the benefit of the many. Along the way, they met characters who spoke in riddles and schemes, yet Jed saw only the humanity beneath the surface. He was a man of unfailing kindness, and he assumed that everyone else operated from the same place of integrity. This faith, while often leading to humorous situations, also served as a shield, protecting the family from the cynicism that so often colored the world around them. In Washington, the scale of the world seemed to expand even further. The grandeur of the monuments and the weight of the history surrounding them were not lost on the Clampetts. They walked the streets with a sense of wonder, their presence a curious anomaly in the structured heart of the nation. They were always themselves, never swayed by the expectations of those who sought to categorize or control them. They brought with them the warmth of the mountains, a refreshing sincerity that resonated with the very people who were meant to be the most guarded. The adventures in the capital, from the comical attempts to purchase landmarks to the mistaken identity at the gates of power, served to highlight the core of who they were. They were not seeking fame, nor were they looking to accumulate influence. They were simply a family who had stumbled into a situation they didn't fully understand, handling it with the only tools they possessed: common sense, loyalty to one another, and a relentless optimism. Even when confronted by those who sought to deceive them, Jed met the challenge with a disarming honesty that turned even the most calculated plan, the brains and the money. Well, here stands the whole kit and caboodle. I will hop on my steam car, drive to Washington, pull up in front of the White House, and give him the brains and the money. All in one package. Hold on, boy. What you have got there is just a drop in the bucket. And it is not likely enough money either. Talking about the money, Granny. Mr. Drysdale says the president is going to need millions, even billions. I was thinking of giving him all my money. Okay, I will stop by the bank and get the rest of it. Well, Pop, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too. And they are not going without me. I was just coming to that. I think it would be a fine trip for the whole family. I best go leave a note for the milkman. Tell him we are going to Washington. And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Chief, you are telling your own brother you are repossessing his car? Well, that is a little cold, is it not? Postscript. Regards to Betty and the babies. Yes, who is it? It is me, Mr. Drysdale. I fetched you back your sack of chicken feed. Oh, bless you, bless you. Quite happy to get it, is he not? No chicken could be happier. I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the smog. Wonderful. The cashier tells me that, counting this, I have got right at 95 million in your bank now. Wonderful. So we are going to take it to Washington and give it to the president. Mr. Clampett, you cannot give all your money to the president. Why not? Oh, because it... Miss Hathaway, tell them why not. Why not? Not that way, explain it. Mr. Clampett, it is your money. You may do with it as you wish. Who asked you to butt in? You did. Well, butt out. Now, Mr. Clampett, this will take time. Government red tape, Internal Revenue, Secret Service, White House clearance. Now, I will work it out and call you. Well, I would appreciate it if you would hurry, because we would like to get started. Right away, right away. Oh, and you do not have to give us the 95 million in cash. I reckon the president will take a chance. Well, I will discuss it with him. I will let you know. Miss Hathaway, you have got to help me. If they take their money out of my bank, I am ruined. I have got nothing to live for. Oh, now, Chief. A suicide note that will stop them. Here, take this, Mr. Clampett, because you are withdrawing your money. My death is on your hands. Chief, no. Now, tie that up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window. Me? They love you. This will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks. I promise this is the last favor I will ever ask. Forget it. What? If you are too chicken to throw yourself out the window, I will do it. All right, come over here. I cannot throw you out from there. What? What is all the honking for? Boy. I done come up with an invention that beats steam. Yeah, I see the boiler is going. Yes, sir. Notice how quiet she is? No noise, no smoke. No smoke? She runs on electricity. Well, doggies, I am real proud of you, boy. Bob, the presidents are calling you. All the way from Washington. The President of the United States is calling me? Yes, sir, Bob. They are bringing the old fellow to the phone, Mr. Little. Is he not in a straitjacket? Oh, no, he is not dangerous. He just suffers from the delusion that he is worth 95 million. No wonder he is in the funny farm. The whole family. You know, it is wonderful of you to look after them. They are very sweet people. Nothing but sweet. Hurry, Dan, do not keep them waiting. Hey, tell them about my electric car. Hello? Hello? Hello, Judge Clement speaking. Hello, Mr. Clement. This is the President speaking. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Oh yes, make no mistake about that. I am the President. That is him, all right. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your generous and patriotic offer to donate your entire fortune to the fight against air pollution. Yes, sir, it is only 95 million, but you are sure welcome to it. And we will bring it right to you right there in the White House. The whole family. This here is Granny, Mr. President. I will bring you some pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chickens. Mr. President, this here is Ellie Knight. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? My nephew Jethro is not here to say howdy, but he is going to drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention, the electric car. No, do not come to Washington. We have got enough people like you here already. You public-spirited citizens, well, how do we get the money to you? Well, I am glad you asked me that. I want to make this point very clear. What is the point I want to make very clear? Leave your money in the bank. The Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, where it will draw maximum interest, a compounded semi-annual. In the care of your wise and friendly banker, Melvin Drysdale. Well, naturally, we will do whatever you say, Mr. President. But the family is going to be awful disappointed. We was hoping to get away to Washington. Oh, no, do not try to get away. You will stay right there and do what the nice man in the white coat tells you. Goodbye. What did he say, Jan? He said he does not want us to come to Washington right now. Well, what are we supposed to do, pal? He says he is going to send a man in a white coat to tell us. Jethro, I just talked to the president, and we will not be driving to Washington in your electric car. Just as well, Uncle Jethro. I never found an extension cord long enough to get us there. Mr. Little, that was a magnificent performance. Thank you. Well, your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible. Thank you. I hope to see you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. Mr. Drysdale, are you not forgetting something? Oh, what is that? My fee. Oh, yes, yes. How much is it? Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a performance. However, in this case, I will cut it in half. How is $3,750? $3,750 it is. 20, 40. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that is $3,750. A 5-minute worth of work? The president does not get that much, and he is the real thing. Excuse me, Chief. These foreclosures are red. Are you not Rich Little, the impressionist? Yes, I am. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of John Wayne. Huh? Well, thank you very much, ma'am. Now, let me say that if we had girls like you out on the trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Oh, that is marvelous. Thank you. Hey, and your Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. Oh, Ed Sullivan? Wonderful. Would you do me a favor there, young sir? Would you come on our show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes. I would love to have you. What else are you going to have on the show? A World War I with the original cast. In living color with a surprise ending. Oh, is he not fabulous? He certainly is. It has been a real pleasure. Wait a minute. You are forgetting something again. Oh yes, you will see. What are you charging her for Wayne and Sullivan? Oh, nothing. I will accept the same arrangement. Watch this. Do not leave no milk for a spell. We are going to Washington, Granny. Yeah? Well, you are going to Washington. We are? That is what the message says. Have a good trip. Hey, Uncle Jeff, we are going to Washington. We just got the message. What did you say, boy? We are going to Washington. The fellow in the white coat just brought the message from the president. Well, where is he? Yonder he goes. Is that not the milkman? Being a milkman is what you call a cover. Cover? He is really a secret agent for the government. Is he not? Yeah. I learned all that stuff when I was a double-knot spy. Well, I reckon we best get packing. Should I convert my electric car back to steam? No, I think we better fly. When the president sends for you, you do not want to keep him waiting. Well, if he comes in, will you please ask him to call his office immediately? It is an emergency. Thank you. How do you like it, Miss Holloway? Chief, where have you been? Shopping. Any messages? Oh, just one, but it is a beauty. The Clappers are leaving for Washington. What? Well, helping your granny with the house cleaning. Huh? Oh yes, sir, pal. Elmer needs. Elmer? Oh, he scurries around inside the cabinet. Dustin. How is it going, Elmer? Well, a handy little critter, is he not? Sure is. That raccoon fur is better than feathers for picking up lint. Jed. Seems right proud to be happy, too. Elmer is a dandy little Dustin. Well, let us take our dusters outside and shake them. Yes, okay. And then you can take yours upstairs and hand them to the dresser drawers in the closet. Uncle Jed, old Honest John has never come back to pick up his $700,000. He is that way. Can I have it as an advance against my allowance? 50 cents a week. That will take a while to pay back. I am young. You are not that young. Besides, Honest John needs that money to help fight smog. You know, I would like to throw my brain into the fight against smog. It is a dandy cause. They say what it will take to whip it is brains and money. Well, if it fixed us, we have it made, have we not? I reckon we have a leg up on us. Elmer and me will get busy upstairs. Fine, Ellie. Oh, Jed, that reminds me. Mr. Drysdale called and said he was coming by to pick up this money. How come? Well, he said folks had an order to keep $700,000 in cash around the house. He has got the hives from worrying about it. I am sorry about the hives, but I promised his money to Honest John to fight smog. I am thinking about jumping into the fight against smog, too, Granny. Well, Mr. Drysdale said that this money belongs back in the vault at his bank. and he is coming by to pick it up. I do not think I can let him have it. Promise is a promise. I am going to fight Smog, Granny. Well, I told Mr. Drysdale that you might not let him have it, but he says he is coming by to pick it up. So that is betwixt you and him. Granny, I am going to fight Smog. How? Well, I do not know, but Uncle Jed says it takes brains and money. Betwixt us, we are all set. You have money, have you? No, I am supplying the brains. Sitting up here betwixt these sideburns is a real brute. The only brute you have sits here at the end of your gutter. I think we ought to encourage your boy, Granny. He does not know Smog from applesauce. I do so. I listen to the reports all the time. Why, today we are having light eye irritation. But that does not worry me, because I have dark eyes. That is a great partner you have there, Jed. All right, guard. Go in there and get that money, and do not take no for an answer. You forced me to wear this uniform to save paying a guard, but it will not work. Mr. Clapper will recognize me. I thought of that, so just wear this disguise. Here we go. Looks great. Now get the money. But suppose Mr. Clapper will not let me take it? Well, you have got a gun. Use it. Oh, geez. Oh, I do not need to shoot him. Just fire a couple of shots over his head to show him he means business. I will not. If you want that money, go and get it yourself. A fine guard you are. Why, you are a disgrace to that uniform. Mr. Drysdale, I thought I heard somebody. Oh, Mr. Clapper, this guard is here to pick up that $700,000. I do not think I can let him have it. Look, whatever you do, do not cross him. His arm, he is a mad dog killer. Is that a fact? Are you a mad dog killer, Miss Jean? Of course not. Miss Hathaway, what are you doing in that uniform? Oh God. If this is your idea of a practical joke, I, for one, do not appreciate it. Or can I imagine Mr. Clampett is amused either? No. I do not see that she is punished, Mr. Clampett. And I think the proper punishment would be to make her carry out that heavy bag of money. Go get it. Now hold on. She is not toting out that money. Well, if you want to forgive her so easily, but keep an eye on her. Any woman who will dress up like that is watching. Hello, Jethro. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Hey, get up. I need this money. Uncle Jed does not want you to have it. So I am going to sit here until I think of a way to get rid of the smog. Jethro, that is a problem for a genius to solve. Thank you. I am working on it. Why do you not go out to the kitchen and eat something? Thought I would not eat until I figured out a way to whip the smog. Well, go get a stick and hit it. You are not being any help. Well, neither are you. Get up. Not until I think of an idea. Jethro, get off the money. Here is an armed guard. He will shoot you. Hey, mister. You look like your secretary, Miss Jane. I am, Miss Jane. What are you doing wearing that outfit? It was dark when she dressed this morning. Now get off the money. See, Mr. Clampett is not going to let you take this money. Okay, then you take it. Come on, get out. Forget it. We might just as well go back to the office. Hey, Miss Jane, before you go, just sit down and help me think of an idea on how to get rid of the smog. Jethro, dear boy, the finest minds in the country are working on that problem. Yeah, but I am not getting anywhere. Do not sit there wasting time with that idiot. Now hold on. Just because she is dressed funny does not make her an idiot. Get out from there, both of you. Mr. Drysdale, it is hard to think of brilliant ideas with folks yelling at you. Where does Granny keep her shotgun? I sure hope I can whip that smog problem before I starve to death. Jethro, I am afraid that problem will not be solved until someone invents a replacement for the internal combustion engine. I will do it. I am on it. Hey, what is an internal combustion engine? Well, that is the engine that powers the average automobile. The hope is to convert to steam or electricity. Hey, Mr. Drysdale, what should I put my giant brain to work on first? A steam car or an electric car? Why not a gas turbine? Oh, I am not going to mess with hats. Just cars. Mr. Drysdale, I have done told you this money is staying here. Mr. Drysdale, get off of my money. It is my money. No, it is not. It is mine. Well, it is my sack. All right, I will dump the money out and you can have the sack. Good. Just dump it in that truck out front. It is staying here. But it is not safe here. Why, until you showed up. What? No, it is going back into my vault. Oh, Chief. Do not stand there, Hathaway. Use your gun. That is an excellent idea. Stand back, Mr. Clyburn. I should hate to hit you, you traitor. Mr. Drysdale, get a hold of yourself. I have done promised this money to a fellow that is going to get rid of all the smog. Not Jethro. No. This fellow is going to drill a tunnel through the San Bernardino Mountains, put in a great big fan and draw all the smog out of Los Angeles. But that is a preposterous idea. Yeah, we like it too. Mr. Clyburn, the problem of smog is too big to be handled locally. It has to be solved on a national level. Is that a fact? Only the president can get together the brain power and the vast amount of money necessary. Why, this $700,000 is not even a drop in the bucket. Well, how much does the president need? Oh, millions, billions. I will just take this chicken feed back to the bank. I will study on it, Mr. Drysdale. No, give up, Chief. No, hold it, Hathaway. I am not through with you. What now? You are guilty of conduct unbecoming an employee of the Commerce Bank. Oh, big deal. For cowardice in the face of action. For failure to obey a direct order. For treachery and insubordination. You are hereby dishonorably discharged as a guard and reduced to the rank of secretary. Hallelujah. Do not expect a Christmas bonus this year. I have never had a Christmas bonus. Well, do not expect one this year either. Now get the truck. Boy, what have you done to that truck? Looks like the boob has set it on fire. Jethro, what did you do? I converted this rascal to steam. You are looking at the answer to air pollution by automobile. The Jethro Bourdain steam car. I have perfected a clean engine. I am going back inside. I told you that for this clean engine jokes. Uncle Jethro. Honest John is not going to be needing his money no more now that I whipped the smog problem. So I use it to mass produce my steam car. Hold on, boy. According to Mrs. Drydale, only the president himself can handle a small problem. The president of the United States? That is right. He is the only one that can bring together deep, resonant, an incredibly familiar voice boomed across the line. This is the president speaking. Is that sure enough you, Mr. President? Jed asked, his eyes widening. Oh yes, make no mistake about that. I am the president, the voice assured him with perfect, authoritative cadence. That is him, all right, Jed whispered to Granny, covering the mouthpiece. Now, Mr. Drysdale has told me of your generous and patriotic offer to donate your entire fortune to the fight against air pollution. Yes, sir, Jed replied proudly. It is only $95 million, but you are sure welcome to it. And we will bring it right to you right there in the White House. The whole family. This here is Granny, Mr. President, Jed continued, pulling the older woman closer to the phone. I will bring you some pickled pawpaws and some hand-slung chickens. Mr. President, this here is Ellie Mae, Jed introduced his daughter, who had just wandered in holding a small animal. Would you like a nice little baby possum to play with? My nephew Jethro is not here to say howdy, Jed explained, but he is going to drive us all the way to Washington in his brand new invention, the electric car. No, do not come to Washington, the imposing voice on the phone commanded swiftly, laced with subtle panic. We have got enough people like you here already. You public-spirited citizens, Well, how do we get the money to you? Jed asked, completely willing to follow instructions. Well, I am glad you asked me that, the voice intoned majestically. I want to make this point very clear. What is the point I want to make very clear? Rich Little whispered to Mr. Drysdale, stepping momentarily out of character. Leave your money in the bank. Mr. Drysdale hissed frantically, gesturing wildly. Leave your money in the bank, the impressive voice boomed back over the line. The Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, where it will draw maximum interest, compounded semi-annually. In the care of your wise and friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. Well, naturally, we will do whatever you say, Mr. President, Jed agreed respectfully. But the family is going to be awful disappointed. We were hoping to get away to Washington. Oh, no, do not try to get away, the voice urged gently. You will stay right there and do exactly what the nice man in the white coat tells you. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jed repeated softly, replacing the receiver in its cradle. What did he say, Jed? Granny asked, bouncing on the balls of her feet. He said he does not want us to come to Washington right now, Jed relayed, scratching his head. Well, what are we supposed to do, Pa? Ellie Mae asked, disappointed. He says he is going to send a man in a white coat to tell us, Jed answered, staring thoughtfully at the front door. Jethro pushed his way into the hall, his face smudged with grease. Jethro, I just talked to the president, Jed informed him. And we will not be driving to Washington in your electric car. Just as well, Uncle Jed, Jethro sighed, wiping his hands on a rag. I never found an extension cord long enough to get us there anyway. Back in the luxurious bank office, Mr. Drysdale collapsed into his leather chair, exhaling a breath he felt he had been holding for an hour. Mr. Little, that was a magnificent performance. Thank you, Rich Little smiled modestly. Your impersonation of the president was absolutely incredible, Mr. Drysdale praised him, wiping the sweat from his forehead with a silk handkerchief. Thank you. I hope to see you again sometime, the young entertainer said, moving toward the door. Take good care of yourself. Mr. Drysdale, are you not forgetting something? Miss Jane interrupted quietly from her desk in the corner. Oh, what is that? Mr. Drysdale asked, still euphoric from his success. My fee, Rich Little reminded him politely. Oh, yes, Mr. Drysdale agreed readily, opening his checkbook. How much is it? Well, ordinarily, I receive $7,500 for a performance, the young man stated matter-of-factly. However, in this case, I will cut it in half. How is $3,750? $3,750 it is, Mr. Drysdale agreed smoothly, quickly scribbling the numbers. He handed over a small stack of bills. 20, 40. Now, you owe me $2.50. No, that is $3,750. Rich Little corrected him gently, recognizing the banker's tactic. For 5 minutes of work, Mr. Drysdale complained, his natural frugality returning instantly. The president himself does not get that much, and he is the real thing. Excuse me, Chief, Miss Jane interrupted again, holding a stack of files. These foreclosures are ready for your signature. She paused, suddenly recognizing the young man standing before the desk. Aren't you Rich Little, the impressionist? Yes, I am, he smiled warmly. Oh, Mr. Little, I just love your impression of John Wayne, Miss Jane gushed, dropping her professional demeanor entirely. Well, thank you very much, ma'am, he replied, his voice instantly dropping an octave and adopting the famous cowboy drawl. Now, let me say that if we had girls like you out on the trail, I never would have given my horse a second look. Oh, that is marvelous. Miss Jane giggled like a schoolgirl. Thank you. Hey, and your Ed Sullivan is an absolute classic. Oh, Ed Sullivan? The entertainer repeated, his posture instantly shifting, his shoulders hunching up toward his ears as he adopted the stiff, nasally voice of the television host. Wonderful. Would you do me a favor there, young sir? Would you come on our show next Sunday night and bring your stuffed giraffe? Yes, I would love to have you. What else are you going to have on the show? A World War I battle with the original cast, in living color with a surprise ending. Oh, isn't he fabulous? Miss Jane laughed, clapping her hands together. He certainly is, Mr. Drysdale agreed dryly, eager to conclude the transaction. It has been a real pleasure. Wait a minute, Miss Jane said, her eyes narrowing as she looked at her boss. You are forgetting something again. Oh yes, you will see, Mr. Drysdale muttered evasively. What are you charging her for, Wayne and Sullivan? Mr. Drysdale demanded of the young man, ever the businessman. Oh, nothing, Rich Little laughed. I will accept the same arrangement. Back at the mansion, Jed was standing by the large iron gates at the bottom of the driveway. He watched carefully as a white delivery truck pulled up. A man wearing a crisp white uniform and a matching white cap stepped out, carrying several glass bottles. Do not leave any milk for a spell, Jed instructed the man politely. We are going to Washington. Yeah. Well, you are going to Washington, the milkman replied with casual indifference, setting down the empty bottles. Have a good trip. He hopped back into his truck and drove away. Granny and Jethro came hurrying down the driveway. We are going to Washington, Granny? Jethro asked, confused. That is what the message says, Jed confirmed, pointing a thumb in the direction of the departed truck. Hey, Uncle Jed, we are going to Washington? Jethro repeated, his face lighting up. We just got the message? What did you say, boy? Jed asked, ensuring Jethro understood. The fellow in the white coat just brought the message from the president, Jed explained logically. Well, where is he? Granny asked, looking around the empty street. Yonder he goes, Jed pointed to the retreating white truck. Isn't that the milkman? Granny questioned, her sharp eyes squinting in the sunlight. Being a milkman is what you call a cover, Jethro explained confidently, tapping his temple. Cover? Granny repeated, completely lost. He is really a secret agent for the government, Jethro elaborated in a dramatic whisper. Is he not, Uncle Jed? Yeah, I learned all that stuff when I was studying to be a double-knot spy. Well, I reckon we best get packing, Jed decided, turning back toward the house. Should I convert my electric car back to steam? Jethro asked eagerly. No, I think we better fly, Jed answered smoothly. When the president sends for you, you do not want to keep him waiting. The following morning, Miss Jane was busy managing the front desk at the bank when Mr. Drysdale burst through the doors. He was practically vibrating with nervous energy. Any messages? He demanded, breathless. Oh, just one, Miss Jane replied, holding up a pink slip of paper. But it is a beauty. The Clampetts are leaving for Washington. What? Mr. Drysdale shrieked, the color draining from his face once more. They are determined to give their $95 million to the president. Miss Jane explained calmly. We have got to stop them, Mr. Drysdale ordered frantically. Get Rich Little back. You are kidding, Miss Jane said, staring at him in disbelief. Here is a signed check, Mr. Drysdale insisted, thrusting a blank piece of paper toward her. He can make it out for any amount he likes. I will get up to the Clampetts and delay them until he calls. Mr. Drysdale sprinted out of the bank, leaped into his car, and drove to the mansion with total disregard for the speed limit. He skidded to a halt in the driveway, tires squealing, and bounded up the front steps. I made it, he gasped, leaning heavily against one of the massive stone pillars to catch his breath. They are still here. He pushed open the heavy front doors and stumbled into the foyer. Clarence? Granny? Ellie Mae? Jethro? He called out their names, panic rising in his chest as his voice echoed through the vast, empty rooms. The house was completely silent. He wandered into the grand living room, his eyes scanning the impeccable furniture. Resting squarely in the center of a polished silver tray on the mahogany coffee table was a single sheet of paper. Mr. Drysdale picked it up with trembling fingers. Dear Mr. Drysdale, the note read in Jed's careful handwriting. Please feed the critters until we get back. Mr. Drysdale collapsed into a velvet armchair, a low, miserable groan escaping his lips. High above the clouds, a commercial airliner cruised steadily eastward. Inside the first-class cabin, the Clampett family was thoroughly enjoying the flight. They were dressed in their finest crook of her arm. And they are not going without me. I was just coming to that. Jed smiled at his daughter. I think it would be a mighty fine trip for the whole family. I best go leave a note for the milkman. Tell him we are going to Washington. Later that afternoon, the atmosphere inside the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills was entirely different. It was an atmosphere of utter, paralyzing panic. Mr. Drysdale sat behind his massive mahogany desk, his face buried in his trembling hands. Miss Jane stood patiently holding a stack of formal letters. And since you have failed to make your final payment promptly, we are forced to repossess your automobile. Miss Jane read aloud from one of the letters, her voice crisp and professional. Sincerely, your friendly banker, Milburn Drysdale. She lowered the paper and looked at her boss. Chief, you are telling your own brother that you are repossessing his car? Well, that is a little cold, is it not? Mr. Drysdale peered through his fingers, his eyes red and frantic. Add a postscript, Hathaway. Postscript. Regards to Betty and the babies. A gentle knock at the door interrupted them. Yes, who is it? Mr. Drysdale called out miserably. The heavy door swung open, and Jed Clampett ambled into the opulent office, carrying the massive canvas sack over his shoulder. It is me, Mr. Drysdale, Jed announced cheerfully. I fetched you back your sack of chicken feed. Mr. Drysdale leaped from his chair as if struck by lightning, his misery evaporating in an instant. Oh, bless you, he cried out, running forward to embrace the canvas sack. He is quite happy to get it, is he not? Jed observed mildly, looking at Miss Jane. No chicken could be happier, Miss Jane confirmed dryly. I studied on what you said about letting the president fight the smog, Jed explained, setting the heavy sack down with a solid thud. Wonderful, Mr. Drysdale gasped, patting the coarse fabric lovingly. The cashier out front tells me that, counting this, I got right at $95 million in your bank now, Jed stated, reciting the figure with casual ease. Wonderful, Mr. Drysdale repeated, tears of pure joy forming in his eyes. So we are going to take it all to Washington and give it directly to the president. Jed concluded happily. Mr. Drysdale froze. His heart stopped. The blood drained entirely from his face. Mr. Clampett, you cannot give all your money to the president. Why not? Jed asked, genuinely puzzled. Oh, because Mr. Drysdale stammered, his brilliant financial mind completely short-circuiting. Miss Hathaway, tell them why not. Why not? Miss Jane repeated, equally stunned by the sudden turn of events. Not that way. Explain it to him, Mr. Drysdale shouted, waving his arms frantically. Mr. Clampett, Miss Jane began carefully, choosing her words with extreme precision. It is your money. You may do with it exactly as you wish. Who asked you to butt in? Mr. Drysdale shrieked, turning on her furiously. You did, Miss Jane replied calmly. Well, butt out, Mr. Drysdale ordered, before turning back to Jed with a desperate, pleading smile. Now, Mr. Clampett, these things take time. Government red tape, internal revenue investigations, Secret Service clearances, White House security protocols. It is incredibly complicated. I understand, Jed nodded patiently. Now, I will work it all out and call you, Mr. Drysdale promised, backing toward his desk in a slow retreat. Well, I would appreciate it if you would hurry, Jed said politely, adjusting his hat, because we would like to get started on the trip. Right away, Mr. Drysdale assured him rapidly. Oh, and you do not have to give us the $95 million in cash, Jed offered generously, remembering the heavy burden of the single sack. I reckon the president will take a check. Well, I will discuss it with him, Mr. Drysdale lied desperately. I will let you know. The moment the heavy office door clicked shut behind Jed, Mr. Drysdale collapsed entirely across his wide desk, whimpering like a wounded animal. Miss Hathaway, you have got to help me. If they take their money out of my bank, I am ruined. I will have nothing to live for. Oh, now, Chief, Miss Jane soothed, stepping forward with genuine concern for his fragile mental state.
À suicide note.
Mr. Drysdale suddenly declared, sitting bolt upright with a manic gleam in his eye. That will stop them. Here, take this paper. He grabbed a pen and began scribbling furiously. Mr. Clampett, because you are withdrawing your money, my death is on your hands. Chief, no, Miss Jane gasped, appalled by the theatrics. Now, Mr. Drysdale ordered, shoving the paper into her hands. Tie that up, pin it to your dress, and throw yourself out the window. Me? Miss Jane squeaked, her eyes wide with shock. They love you, Mr. Drysdale reasoned, his logic twisted by sheer panic. This will teach them a great lesson. Thanks, but no thanks, Miss Jane replied flatly, dropping the paper onto the desk. I promise, this is the last favor I will ever ask of you, Mr. Drysdale pleaded, clasping his hands together in prayer. Forget it, Miss Jane stated firmly, crossing her arms. What? Mr. Drysdale cried out, deeply offended by her lack of dedication. If you are too chicken to throw yourself out the window, I will do it myself. He marched determinedly toward the large pane of glass overlooking the street. All right, come over here, Miss Jane sighed, humoring his ridiculous tantrum. I cannot throw you out from over there. Mr. Drysdale stopped, realizing the flaw in his dramatic plan, and sagged against the wall in absolute defeat. Back at the Clampett mansion, a loud, persistent honking shattered the peace of the afternoon. Jed stepped out onto the porch to see Jethro sitting proudly behind the wheel of a completely redesigned truck. The steam engine was gone. In its place was a complicated mass of wires, batteries, and a low, humming motor. What is all the honking for, boy? Jed asked, walking down the steps. I done come up with an invention that beats steam, Jethro announced triumphantly, patting the steering wheel. Yeah, I see the boiler is gone, Jed noted, peering under the hood. Yes, sir, Jethro beamed. Notice how quiet she is? No noise, no smoke. No smoke? Jed repeated, impressed. She runs on electricity, Jethro revealed, his chest puffed out with pride. Well, doggies, I am real proud of you, boy, Jed said, clapping his nephew on the shoulder. Before Jethro could explain the intricacies of his electric motor, Granny came rushing out of the house, waving a dish towel. Jed, the president is calling you, all the way from Washington. The president of the United States is calling me? Jed asked, his voice filled with quiet awe. Yes, sir, Jed, Granny confirmed, her face flushed with excitement. Meanwhile, inside Mr. Drysdale's office, a masterclass of deception was taking place. The banker had hired a professional impersonator, a young man named Rich Little, to mimic the voice of the commander-in-chief. They are bringing the old fellow to the phone, Mr. Little, Mr. Drysdale whispered into the receiver, keeping his hand cupped over the mouthpiece. Isn't he in a straitjacket? Rich Little asked, his natural voice filled with amusement. Oh no, he is not dangerous, Mr. Drysdale assured him quickly. He just suffers from the delusion that he is worth $95 million. No wonder he is in the funny farm, Rich Little chuckled. The whole family? You know, it is wonderful of you to look after them, Rich Little added, unaware of the vast fortune actually sitting in the Commerce Bank. They are very sweet people. Nothing but sweet, Mr. Drysdale agreed impatiently. Hurry, man, do not keep them waiting. Jed picked up the heavy receiver in the mansion hallway, his hand trembling slightly with respect. Hello? Jed Clampett speaking. Hello, Mr. Clampett. Hey, Miss Jane, before you go, just sit down and help me think of an idea on how to get rid of the smog, Jethro requested earnestly. Jethro, dear boy, Miss Jane said kindly, her tone softening. The finest minds in the country are working on that problem. Yeah, but I am not getting anywhere, Jethro sighed. resting his chin in his hands. "Do not sit there wasting time with that idiot," Mr. Drysdale hissed at Miss Jane. "Now, hold on," Jed said, his voice quiet but carrying an unmistakable authority. "Just because she is dressed funny does not make her an idiot. Get out from there, both of you," Mr. Drysdale groaned, burying his face in his hands. "Mr. Drysdale, it is mighty hard to think of brilliant ideas with folks yelling at you," Jethro complained, rubbing his temples as if tending to a massive headache. "Where does Granny keep her shotgun? I sure hope I can whip that smog problem before I starve to death." "Jethro, I am afraid that problem will not be solved until someone invents a replacement for the internal combustion engine," Miss Jane explained with patient clarity. "I will do it," Jethro declared, leaping up from the sack of money. "I am on it." He paused, a look of utter confusion replacing his determination. "Hey, what is an internal combustion engine?" "Well, that is the engine that powers the average automobile," Miss Jane educated him. "The hope in the scientific community is to convert vehicles to steam or electricity." "Hey, Mr. Drysdale," Jethro asked, turning to the banker with absolute seriousness. "What should I put my giant brain to work on first? A steam car or an electric car? Why not a gas turbine?" Mr. Drysdale muttered sarcastically, having entirely given up. "Oh, I am not going to mess with hats," Jethro replied, completely misunderstanding the word. "Just cars." "Mr. Drysdale," Jed said firmly, redirecting the conversation. "I have done told you this money is staying right here." Mr. Drysdale, overcome by a sudden wave of panic and greed, threw himself onto the large canvas sack, wrapping his arms around it as if hugging a long-lost child. "Mr. Drysdale, get off of my money." "It is my money," Jed countered, bemused by the spectacle. "No, it is not," Mr. Drysdale cried, clutching it tighter. "Well, it is my sack," Jed reasoned calmly. "All right, I will dump the money out and you can have the sack," Mr. Drysdale offered rapidly, scrambling to untie the thick ropes binding the top. "Good. Just dump it in that truck out front," Jed instructed, pointing toward Jethro's battered old vehicle. "It is staying here," Mr. Drysdale sobbed, clinging to the canvas. "But it is not safe here," Jed pointed out reasonably. "Why, until you showed up, it was fine." "What?" "No, it is going back into my vault," Mr. Drysdale insisted, his voice cracking with hysteria. Mr. Drysdale scrambled to his feet and looked wildly around. "Hathaway, do not stand there. Use your gun." "That is an excellent idea," Miss Jane said, a mischievous glint in her eye. She unholstered the heavy revolver and pointed it squarely at her boss. "Stand back, Mr. Drysdale. I should hate to hit you." "You traitor," Mr. Drysdale gasped, clutching his chest. "Mr. Drysdale, get a hold of yourself," Jed advised, resting a steadying hand on the banker's shoulder. "I done promised this money to a fellow that is going to get rid of all the smog." "Not Jethro," Mr. Drysdale whispered in horror. No, Jed chuckled, shaking his head. "This fellow is going to drill a tunnel through the San Bernardino Mountains, put in a great big fan, and draw all the smog right out of Los Angeles." "But that is a preposterous idea," Mr. Drysdale argued, his business sense momentarily overriding his panic. "Yeah, we like it too," Jed agreed happily, missing the criticism entirely. "Mr. Clampett, the problem of smog is much too big to be handled locally," Mr. Drysdale explained, trying to use logic. "It has to be solved on a national level." "Is that a fact?" Jed asked, genuinely interested. "Only the president can get together the brain power and the vast amount of money necessary to solve such a crisis," Mr. Drysdale stated grandly. "Why, this $700,000 is not even a drop in the bucket." "Well, how much does the president need?" Jed inquired, his charitable nature instantly piqued. "Oh, millions, billions," Mr. Drysdale exaggerated, waving his hands to emphasize the scale. "I will just take this chicken feed back to the bank for safekeeping." I will study on it, Mr. Drysdale, Jed promised thoughtfully, stroking his chin. Miss Jane, having enjoyed the moment of rebellion long enough, lowered the weapon. Give up, Chief.
No.
Hold it, Hathaway, Mr. Drysdale barked, his authority suddenly returning as he turned his fury toward his secretary. I am not through with you. What now? Miss Jane asked, bracing herself. You are guilty of conduct unbecoming an employee of the Commerce Bank, Mr. Drysdale proclaimed loudly, pacing like a prosecuting attorney. Oh, big deal, Miss Jane muttered under her breath. For cowardice in the face of action, he continued, his face growing red. For failure to obey a direct order. For treachery and insubordination. You are hereby dishonorably discharged as a security guard and reduced back to the rank of secretary. Hallelujah. Miss Jane sighed with profound relief, happily unbuckling the heavy gun belt. And do not expect a Christmas bonus this year, Mr. Drysdale added spitefully. I have never had a Christmas bonus, Miss Jane pointed out, her tone entirely flat. Well, do not expect one this year either, Mr. Drysdale snapped back, completely devoid of logic. Now go get the truck. As they walked toward the driveway, Mr. Drysdale stopped dead in his tracks, staring in absolute horror at Jethro's vehicle. A thick, billowing cloud of white steam was pouring out from beneath the hood. Boy, what have you done to that truck? He cried out. It looks like the boob has set it on fire. Jethro, what did you do? Miss Jane asked, running forward with genuine concern. I converted this rascal to steam, Jethro announced proudly, emerging from the white cloud with a wrench in his hand and a broad grin on his face. You are looking at the answer to air pollution by automobile. The Jethro Bodine steam car. I have perfected a clean engine. Mr. Drysdale stared at the hissing, leaking, clanking contraption. I am going back inside, he muttered faintly. I am too old for these clean engine jokes. Uncle Jed, Jethro called out over the hissing steam. Honest John is not going to be needing his money anymore now that I have whipped the smog problem. So I will use it to mass-produce my steam car. Hold on, boy, Jed cautioned, raising a hand. According to Mr. Drysdale, only the president himself can handle a smog problem. The President of the United States? Jethro asked, his eyes widening with respect. That is right, Jed confirmed. He is the only one that can bring together the brains and the money. Well, here stands the whole kit and caboodle, Jethro declared, puffing out his chest and slapping the steaming hood of the truck. I will hop on my steam car, drive all the way to Washington, pull up right in front of the White House and give him the brains and the money. All in one convenient package. Hold on, boy, Jed repeated gently. What you have got there is just a drop in the bucket. And it is not likely enough money either. Granny stepped out onto the porch, wiping her hands on her apron. Talking about the money, Granny, Jed addressed her. Mr. Drysdale says the president's lot will need millions, maybe even billions to whip this thing. I was thinking of giving him all my money, Jed concluded calmly, as if discussing the price of a bushel of corn. Okay, Jethro agreed instantly, never one to question his uncle's generosity. I will stop by the bank on my way and get the rest of it. Well, Pa, if Jethro goes to Washington, I want to go too, Ellie Mae chimed in, bounding out the front door. Her bright blonde hair bounced as she ran, and a small, furry creature was tucked securely in the